Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my Flesh and Blood stream. Today, we're going to be playing some Syndra. We got a couple of really cool giveaways. The idea behind today's stream is that we're doing a Codex Journal giveaway. As you guys know, I have recently, over the last few months, or last couple months, I guess, partnered with Codex Journal. Thomas, the guy who created them, he is awesome. He's great to work with. Oh, excuse me. I just had some lunch. It is a great project. It is a great product. Really enjoy it. I've been using it, at competitive events for the last, really since RTN season. So really for the last like 3 to 4 months, I've been using this product and it's really helped me out a bunch. I've really enjoyed being able to using it, having access to it. It's awesome. So Thomas and I are going to be doing a giveaway today. We're doing a couple of giveaways. We're going to talk about some of the different things that we're going to do here. The first giveaway that we're going to do at 4 p.m. EST, so it's going to be at 4 o'clock Eastern time here in about 55 minutes. We're going to be giving away a Codex Journal of your choice. So I've pulled up here some of the custom ones that we have access to and like some of the ones that you guys can see. There's also like a standard version of this, some that you can buy. Like you can get like red and purple and blue, whatever you would like. But these are like some of the custom ones that Thomas has created. So I'm pretty excited that they like, I'm pretty excited that this is something that Thomas was willing to do and wanted to do. I think it's a lot of fun and it's really cool. So I love that we're doing this today. It's going to be great. Yo, let's go. Martin, thank you for the 7 months of Prime support, man. Martin, I really appreciate it, brother. It means a lot. Yo, let's catch all the chat. I feel like I've missed a bunch of messages here. Joey, Mekado, Jumbo, David, Camarada Kano, interesting name. Ben, Max, Noel, Dustin, Ace. I think I hit everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. But, we're going to do these giveaways here. We're doing a couple of these. Also, Dave, what's up, dude? We're doing a couple of giveaways. The first one is going to be at 4 p.m. EST today, and the second one's going to be at 5 p.m. So if you are one of the winners today, all you have to do is shoot me a DM on Discord, and I'll get you with the instructions so that we can get everything set up, and that we can make sure that you get your journal and get everything taken care of. So with that in mind, and how that's going to work, we're going to be doing a giveaway here in just a little bit. The second giveaway we're going to do is actually going to be for an Aggro Blaze 96, the custom special edition here that Thomas has made for me. It's going to be the second version that we're going to be giving away today. So I'm excited that we're going to give away 2 of these. They have helped me improve my game a lot. They've helped me step in the right direction and really just, helped me improve my game and add that extra layer of note tracking and keeping up with everything and doing all the stuff the correct way. So should be a lot of fun, and it should be a great product to help you guys with as well. All right. With that in mind, we're also going to be playing Cindra today. So for anybody who does not know, Cindra was a deck that I played a little bit when she first came out, but I seem to be struggling with how she should be built. The version of the deck that I'm currently playing is a version that won a ProQuest. It was basically like all red line. Like there's 60 red cards in the main deck as we're looking at it here. The one card that I will say I did change out is I ended up cutting the pain in the backside and adding in 3 Burning Blade Dance. I really like having the extra 3 blocks and just adding some more of that consistency to be able to block a little bit more efficiently, and just kind of like making that whole play pattern feel a little bit better. Also, like it gives us some more ways to like flick our daggers and be able to get them back from our graveyard and set up for the following turn. I've played about 5 games of the deck yesterday trying to prepare a little bit. The deck felt really clean. It felt really good. I've really enjoyed the list. I do not know how we do into ice decks. I don't know. Like the ice decks are probably going to be a little bit of a struggle, but it should be fun either way. And then the sideboard is 3 Shelter from the Storm, 2 Sink Below, 3 That All You Got, 3 Snag, Arcane Lantern, Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, Spellfray Leggings. So like the sideboard is a little interesting because I definitely understand like where these tech cards are coming from and what we're up to here. That All You Got helps into the mirror. It helps against Fi. It helps against Aurora a lot. It's good against assassins. I think that All You Got has some really, really good, like, you know, utility, especially in this current meta that we're looking at. Now, to be honest, the list is probably going to have to change next week after Aurora hits Living Legend this weekend. So should be a little bit interesting to see what it looks like a little bit different here. So yeah, I don't know. This is what we're going to be playing today. I'm probably going to try a few different variations over the next couple weeks of Syndra. We'll probably play like the mostly redline list like today and tomorrow if I had to guess. And then probably on Tuesday, we might try a list that plays like 6 to 9 blues, so that we can see what some blues feel like and how, like, you know, consistent we could make the deck with some blues, and maybe not having to utilize Blood Splattered Vest as often. But anyway, the deck's been a lot of fun. It's been really cool. I've really enjoyed it. So this is what we're going to be testing today. Cindra is probably one of the decks that is at the top of my list that I am considering playing after Aurora hits LL this week. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Is Syndra viable after Aurora LL? Thought it would be a Guardian. So I think that Guardian is maybe gonna, like, True Guardian. I'm curious to know like how that does into the OTK Florian deck, and even into like some of the mid-range Florian decks. I think it'll kind of struggle into a little bit if I'm being honest. But I don't know. We'll see what the metagame looks like and how everything shapes up there. Sun Dubu. We'll see how everything shapes up. I made top 8 of my ProQuest with the exact same change yesterday. Yo, Ace, I love that, dude. I love that, man. Hey, Kafrika, Gamer, Pickle Hob. I still love that name, dude. And Daniel and Sloth, what's going on, guys? I did see Kasai take the Battle Harden yesterday, which I thought was super interesting. I did see Kasai take the Battle Harden yesterday. It was super, super interesting. I don't think I have an Azuri matchup plan. I don't think I have a sideboard guide for Azuri, but we will see... We'll see what we've got for assassins. I do have a sideboard plan for some of the other assassins. We'll probably look to see what our new plan looks like right here. All right, so it's going to be that All You Got and Shelters is the game plan here. And I'm actually just running 66. So you know what? We're going to bring in Sinks and we're going to run 68. And we're going to see how it feels with 68 cards. I don't think that Snag is probably going to do that much here against Azuri. They're more of like the swap amount deck, but we'll try the old 68 card special here and see how everything feels. Let's go ahead and fill out our list here a little bit. We're playing against Azuri. We are going first, unfortunately. I'd much rather go second, but you know, that's just how it goes. I have not played Fang too much, to be honest, but I would play Fang. I would play Fang for sure. So let's see. What are we looking at here? Ignite, Dagger, Ravenous Rabble, Flick the Dagger, Lava Burst, get the dagger back. Yo, we gotta... Let's go. So we get Ignite going for 2 here to kind of start our turn, and we'll get some Block Cistern. We'll get some Block Cistern, but that's fine. It feels like people are playing as if the meta is without Aurora. I do think that like, I think people are like planning ahead a little bit here for like what the meta could possibly look like after Aurora. Is kind of like what people are doing right now. But yeah, Electrum, I get that. Hey, Silas, what's up, dude? No, we are... I guess we're just going to throw the dagger here. No Acilio today. We might be testing Acilio, but I doubt I'll be playing Acilio at Nationals. So I'm trying to lock in. Trying to like lock in a little bit and start testing a little bit for what I think we're going to be seeing over the next few weeks. Getting ready for Nationals. And now I know that like High Seas coming out kind of changes that a little bit, and things do start to look a little bit different, but oh, we hit a that All You Got. Literally 3 non-red cards in our deck, and of course we hit a red. Classic. And of course we had a blue. Yeah, the last few months on Kasai have been tough. I agree on that. As our mirror was yesterday, Billy dunked on me from turn 1 next round and bounced me with a triple arc turn. Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy, bro. Billy dunked me the one time we played yesterday. I think Billy might have just been dunking on people yesterday. He was drawing pretty hot in the mirror. Billy's a really good player though, so it's definitely not one of those ones that I feel bad about losing or anything. And then Lava Burst gives us our 3rd Draconic Chain Link here. Probably force the last 2 cards out of our opponent's hand. Ooh, the funny part is we would get Mask. We're going to get Mask here? Interesting. Interesting. Kind of makes me wish I would have thrown this if I didn't know we were going to get Mask. I honestly think I'd rather Arsenal than that all you got, right? And we'll just throw it in front of the first dagger here. Whoa. What a hand. What a hand, am I right? Okay. All right. This hand is what I'd like to call less than ideal. I mean, that's true. If we sent the 3, we wouldn't get Mask, but I also was not expecting our opponent to pass, so... Pitch Sink below to dagger. Fire 10 at first strike. Pitch that all you got to other dagger. Flick knives. Get one of the daggers back with the 1 floating, and then keep sink and that all you got, I guess. Man, this hand's awkward. Okay. Sure. I mean, it's definitely less than ideal for our turn cycle here, but we didn't have much going on in the first place, so it is what it is. Because it would mean less tech cards against aggro, but the rotation of Enigma is what did it, in my opinion, because now fatigue decks are back. I mean, we can probably build Cindra to play around fatigue decks, right? Like, we can probably build Cindra in that fashion to, like, play around fatigue decks. We can probably do that. Hey, Mesenthelial, what's up, buddy? Yeah, that was, this was a hand of all time, that's for sure. That was a hand of all time. So we are going to flick one of the daggers. I mean, I think we just kind of have to. I know that we're not going to get through any damage, but we need to be able to spend 1 to get at least one of our daggers back for next turn. And then we do have 2 defense reactions, so if they just pass again, it's going to be really awkward, but I can't imagine that they're willing to just pass 2 turns in a row like this. Well, this is definitely going to be a Zuri something. I assume this is them. Oh, it's just a Nick. Interesting. I mean, sure. I think we're going to sink the Snatch here. Yeah, I like this play a lot better. I like this play a lot better because we get to go Ignite into Hunt the Hunter. And then we get to Arsenal the Blood Runs Deep. And just kind of set up for next turn, which is pretty solid. I think even if the meta goes more defensive, like, you're probably not looking to play Jarl anyway, right? Like, it definitely gets more room, but I think the problem is that, like, Jarl just kind of sucks. Like, which I hate to say, but... The second place... I'm going to have to mute my phone. Sorry. I am not going to... I love my friends and I love our group chats, but, man, I am not going to listen to that go off all afternoon. I cannot do that. Florian is a decently good matchup, especially if it's Scepter. Most other stuff isn't great for her. I will have to say, I did beat a Scepter Florian last night playing this deck. Playing this exact list, I ran over a Scepter Florian last night. I'm not saying that's, like, indicative of, like, how it's always going to go, but... What's up, Chris? I still think the hero is solid, but the player was incredible as well. Wait, what player are we talking about was incredible? I just want to make sure I'm following. Bonds of Agony. Well, this probably just gets swapped out, right? Freaking gnat in my room. Good lord. Good lord. I swear. I mean, Surgical's actually fine. Surgical doesn't, like, really hurt us that much. Like, they get 2 cards here. None of them are a blue. So they get 0 silver, but they're probably going to take the Blood Runs Deep, if I had to guess. Maybe the Oath. Like, the problem for them is that they can't really take a, they can't really take a starter, so they can't like stop my turn here. Like there's nothing that they can do that like ends my turn. I don't know when we're supposed to run links in what matchups. Probably Kano if I had to guess. I will say that yesterday the Cindra player in the second place of the Battle Hardened beat a Florian in top 4, and they were on I'm sorry, I'm having a stroke right now. They were on momentum into Florian. I kind of thought it was going to be links into the Earth Heroes. But it was momentum, and I've seen a lot of people playing momentum into almost everything recently, so this is actually a pretty fun play because we get to go Rising Resentment, which is just going to get blocked, which is fine. Then we're going to throw the Blood Runs Deep. The Blood Runs Deep is going to flick one of our daggers here. It's going to put our opponent down to 34. We're not going to trigger Blood Splattered Vest. They do not know we have the Blood Runs Deep in Arsenal, so there's no reason for me to like play at this turn. Yo, Trent, what's up, dude? Cusco, how are you, buddy? I personally have my money on Ira post-Armory deck release. Hero is really solid, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets the same Aurora treatment. I could honestly see that. Like, you don't have to twist my arm too hard for me to believe something like that. That Ira is just a good solid pick. And then we are going to use the Flick Knives here to get rid of one of our daggers. Feels like we might as well. Feels like we might as well. We're not going to use this, but this way we're still getting 2 points out of our out of our like flicking effects this turn, which I think are pretty good. And we still get to go into one turn or into our next turn with one dagger set up. So. What is this? I think I'm just going to discard this. We can prevent the Nerve Scalpel damage. I don't even know what card this is. Persuasive Prognosis. We can prevent the damage this way. We don't really have to worry about it. And then like we have another prevention floating. We have 2 more. Yo, Moore, what's up, dude? I mean, I agree that like I don't want the Aurora, like I don't want the Ira deck to get like a speed run. I definitely don't want that. I don't think any of us want that, to be honest. Leave no witnesses. So this being for 7 is actually quite awkward because the Blood Runs Deep is pretty solid. We have 1 prevention floating. I could give. Do I want to throw the Display Loyalty to keep my Fealty token, or do I want to throw the Rabble because it's an extra point of damage is the question here. I think the damage is probably worth it, right? The damage is probably worth it. Yo, Josh, what's up, buddy? It's game 1, so like we haven't really had much of a chance to like get into the deck a ton, but I mean, I have to say the deck I played the deck last night and like it's honestly felt pretty clean. This card, March of Loyalty, has actually really impressed me. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed playing this card. It's been better than I thought it was going to be. Hey, dude, better late than never, right? Better late than never, Josh. Plus, we're doing a giveaway here in about 35, well, it's about 36-ish minutes. So, man, I was like, you're never, a wizard is never late. They always arrive precisely when they mean to, right? We're going to lose the Frailty or the Fealty token, which is less than ideal. Yeah, we're just going to take this. There's no reason to block. I mean, we don't have a great hand here. To be honest, like this hand is like kind of a little awkward. I don't know. There could be some like different play here depending on like what they throw at us this turn. Part of me wants to block this. Like I think we have to decide if we're going to block right here and right now. Our hand does block very efficiently, which is good for us. Because right now, if we're able to keep the entire hand, My hand is Ravenous Rabble, pitch Art of the Dragonblood to Kunai, Burning Blade Dance, Flick Knives, activate Cindra into Blood Runs Deep, March of Loyalty. And like we have a pretty decent showing from this turn, so I think we're supposed to keep this and try to hang on. Where do I need to throw some money to win a Codex from you? Bro. The giveaways do not work like that. But I like where your head's at. March of Loyalty is my Green Goblin Mask card for the Draconic Heroes. Okay. I mean, listen, I'm here for it. Honestly, I don't hate it. It's been pretty good. Like, it's not been bad. Like, man, I really hate to lose this. And there's definitely some kind of pump here, right? Or maybe it's like a shred. Maybe they just genuinely could. No, they would have. No, they have something. So we're just going to have to let this go, I think. It feels bad, but we're just going to have to let this go. Oh. Blowout. I should have blocked. If I block with Burning Blade Dance and March of Loyalty, there I get to go 4 into 4. Oh, what? We're gonna try and pressure them here. It's okay. Them blocking on the first one is actually good for us. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, Martin. I actually would like to get the Syndra altars towards the front of the queue. I would actually like to do that. Like, if you're in a place where you can, like, please don't put, like, don't, like, you know, screw anybody else over or something like that because of that. But man, I actually, with the amount of Syndra I've been playing, if it's at all possible, I would like to have the altars before Nationals, just in case I play her at Nationals. My man said, I'll grease some palms to win some codexes, dude. I love you guys. You all never disappoint, dude. You all never disappoint. All right, so we get to keep Mask of Momentum alive right here with this turn cycle, which is pretty good. And then us throwing the March of Loyalty here turns on our Cindra ability for free. So we haven't had to really use our Blood Splattered Vest much. And if they don't have another defense reaction, this is 2 cards or we get an arsenal. And either way, I feel pretty good about this. Yeah, see, this is great. Now, unless their last card is Codex, this is just like Value Town for us. I need Beach Boy Victor from Singapore. Dude, I want that so bad. I don't even know what you have to buy to get that from Singapore, but I will be buying it. I will be buying it. They equip and pass. Okay. So we'll see how they decide to play this turn cycle out. I also like the kunai. Like, man, I want the kunai so bad. Like altered kunais are just so easy with my whole red headband theme. Like, it's just so cool. I'm so happy about Kasai back on the spotlight as a warrior main. I can just rock her again now. It was really cool to see Kasai win the event. I have to admit. There are 3 blues in the deck, and there are 3 snags in the sideboard. Do I want to flick here? I think so, right? I'm not going to use Blood Splattered Vest because it's too easy of a block for them on the Black Tech Whisperers. I'm not going to use the Vest. There's no reason to. So we keep Mask alive here. We're going to throw the Blaze Headlong to make them like think about what we're doing here this turn cycle. The souvenir package, and I think there are 3 events you can play where you get the individual beach arts. I want Cindra. So my problem is that I want all of them, right? Like, that is my problem, is that I want all of them. And then we're going to throw Hot on their heels. Now, the cool thing about this is that it does potentially mark them. They've given up the mask effect. Like they've blocked out mask consistently here, but marking them is really cool because it allows us to be able to set up to create a fealty next turn, which is very, very powerful. And plus we have a shelter from the storm in our arsenal, which means we're setting up to play a little bit of like defensive protection here and like trying to play around whatever they're up to next turn. This hand is what I would call less than ideal. Cut through, like, this is one of the things that I have to say about this deck, is that the Oath of Loyalty can be very awkward as a starter, or really just in general. It can be awkward into almost anything sometimes. So I want to block 6 and then throw Cut Through for 3. What are the odds that we throw Cut Through and then flick a dagger? What if we just block 5 and take 1? What if we go Oath of Loyalty? Actually, I know what we're going to do this turn. I know exactly what we're going to do this turn. It's taken me a minute to put it all together. But this is like one of the things about playing new decks. But I have figured it out what we're going to do this turn. And it does work out because they're marked. Interesting. Well, now I'm taking 6. Because this is going to be like Codex. They're going to give us a Pox token. Yeah. They're going to go Codex and to get a Leave No Witnesses. Yep. That's the second Codex. They're going to get a Leave No Witnesses for sure. And then I'm going to cover it up here. Okay. Our turn is still like virtually the same. This is still fine for us. We still get to have like a perfectly normal turn. They're going to ponder. They do Arsenal. It's going to be Oath of Loyalty. Curious to see how hard they tried to deny us the fealty token here. I mean, yeah, if they're just going to let this hit, like, we get our fealty token, and then we're going to crack the fealty, and we're going to throw Art of the Dragonblood, and we're going to Arsenal this. So we're going to go 4 into 4 here. I do like this because it makes them think a little bit. Plus, if we have like a 1 for 5, this is an insane turn ender, and they have to think about what's happening. I saved the fealty for being able to pick up daggers or for oath turns. I think that's the best way to do it, right? Yeah, all the new ones are really cool. I like them a lot. Oh, yeah, we've already got nonsense on Twitch. Oh, yo, Trent, thank you for deleting that, dude. Trent, the mod, putting in the work, dude. Trent, thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. We are going to flick here. Like, we might as well. There's no reason not to. Do I want to use this to get my dagger back? I don't think so, right? Like, I don't think we need to use the resource here. Because we don't really need to get our dagger back. We're just going to Arsenal to cut through and we're going to pass. We are going to fall down to 22. This has been a pretty close race so far. Against... Okay. I like this quite a bit. We're just going to have to hope that there's no, like, major disruption here. How many times have I said that against an assassin, guys? The issue is that it's super expensive to go to Singapore. You're better off paying for the altar you want for the event. Even the 3 copies won't cost you as much. I mean, sure, I get what you're saying, but, like, also, like, this is, like, it'll be my second Pro Tour that I've ever qualified for. So, like, Carly and I are, like, going to Singapore. Like, short of a natural disaster or something crazy happening, I will be at Singapore. And I definitely get what you're saying, like, Lasterman, like, from, like, a cost perspective. It is definitely not the most, like, ideal thing. Man. They'd have to hit the last Daddle you got off the top to not take a card from her hand. Are we supposed to give up the vest here? I mean, we need the vest, right? Because we're going to use the vest for the demonstrate devotion this turn. Maybe I give up the ancestral empowerment. Like, yeah, maybe we just give up the ancestral empowerment here. I was really hoping to use that to play over the top of what they were doing, but I think we're supposed to do this. Yeah, right. Cool vest, right? It's exactly what my opponent's thinking too. Okay, so, and then they put a shakedown into play. All right. Oh, well, so I should have just let them hit me with the shakedown. They're going to name one, and they're going to take the Brand with Cinder Claw because it's my starter. I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Oh, they take the demonstrate devotion, huh? Interesting. Interesting. All right. I mean, sure. You can, it's a blast, but there should be a way to buy a virtual ticket and receive a copy for home when you can't. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Like, it does feel bad to miss out on like really cool, to miss out on like the really cool things that they do, for stuff like for those like bigger events that you don't get to go to. Like, I definitely get it because like Singapore is very expensive to travel to. Like this has been one of those trips that like, you know, Carly and I are like really like it. Like, don't get me wrong, like I would never spend money outside of my means. But at the same time, it is very expensive to travel, you know, to Singapore. Like my PT winnings, like all of it's going towards us like traveling to Singapore, which don't get me wrong, like makes sense. It's like what, you know, needs to happen. I think that's what they're intended for. But at the same time, like, oh, what? I don't understand. I have to admit, I am confused by your tactics, opponent. They don't have a codex, which means they probably just have like another big piece to hit with. Like they're just going to try and push damage. Oh, this hand's insane, right? So they'll throw the spider's bite at us. So we're going to take 4 here, go to 11. Dink Supremacy. Wait, what? The golden rule against assassin is when in doubt, don't block. Honestly, I feel like that's great advice, Thomas. I really like that. That's great advice. I wouldn't be surprised if attendances drops off from NA for this PT because of how it... Oh, 100%. I completely agree, Cusco. It's going to be... Like, I think we're definitely going to see a big drop in attendance from, like, the NA crowd. Like, I actually completely agree. Do we need Vest here? So it's Fire Tenant Strike first. Empowerment to come over the top. Because we need to keep the Flick Knives, right? So it's Fire Tenant Strike first. Ancestral Empowerment to draw a card. Blaze Headlong. We can always pitch whatever we draw to... What is this? Just reaction cards? Ironically, that is a reaction. I definitely thought they were going to hit us with a spider's bite. This is a tough call. So we come in for 3, play the empowerment. We then come in for 5 because of the Fire Tenant Strike first. And then we can spin the card we draw because we're not going to be able to gain resources if we block this way. I really don't want to give this up because it's our starter. I mean, and technically, like, we can play Blood Runs Deep as a starter. We just have to pitch 2 cards and it feels bad. Like, the real question is, like, is it better to give up Mask or is it better to give up the chest here? And I think the chest is just more important to let go of, right? They definitely have something. I don't think these effects stack. Do they? Does this stack? All right, well, Get wrecked me. Definitely something I need to be aware of moving forward. Well, that pretty much just like ruined our entire turn. Did not even realize that that could stack. Yeah, I didn't think that you could stack the dagger effects on top of each other. And in fact, it makes very little sense to me that you can. The good news is that we still get to have a decent turn, even with the way... no, we really don't, do we? Because we're going to go dagger into Blaze Headlong, flick the dagger, Arsenal, Blood Runs Deep. I feel like I should have known that that worked that way. I don't know why I wasn't aware of that. I don't know. I feel like I should have known that. Yeah, I think a lot of people are saving for Philly, which makes a lot of sense. I'm very excited to go to Philly. Definitely should have flicked before I passed. That was just a mistake. Double income, no kids. Definitely helps. Definitely helps. And then we're just going to Arsenal the Blood Runs Deep. And if I have to, I will block with a carded mask to like protect like this hand, because especially this hand's very, very powerful. Are we just supposed to block with Oath and March here? Do we block March, Flick, and Momentum here? We have to have Flick Knives, right? Like, we can't block with that. So what if we block Hot on Their Heels and March, and then we go Oath, Rising Resentment, Blood Runs Deep, and then we can get a dagger back and flick the other one, and then go in the next turn? I don't think we're in a position where we can say no blocks, because if they swap in something else, we're in a bad spot. Double Scalpel is a drug. I'm skipping Vegas to say for Philly. I think a lot of people are, Martin. I think a lot of people are like really excited about like Worlds being in the US. Worlds being in the US, and especially for me, it being on the East Coast, makes it pretty awesome. I guess if they block for 3 here, we'll use the Flick Knives now. Now, I kind of hate that we won't have any daggers for the following turn, but... I mean, our opponent did just fall down to 3, or I'm sorry, to 6, and now they're at 5. Okay, so we attack with the Blood Runs Deep trigger on the stack. Wait, what? Oh, we have to let this hit the chain. Then the trigger goes on the stack. Now we activate Cindra. I was like, I know we can do this. We're going to put them all the way down to 3. And now this is 2 on hit mask. So they have to give us at least 1 card here. I mean, they could give us Tunic and Flick Knives, but I don't think that's correct from them. Happily hitting both Nats and Worlds. I have, like, this is going to be the year that I've spent the most money on traveling for Flesh and Blood. RTN season in like February or whatever, and then it's going to be London in April, then it's going to be ProQuest season right afterwards, then it's going to be and there's like some Battle Hardens and Callings and stuff in there, and then we're going to hit Nationals in Vegas, then we're going to hit Singapore in July, then another ProQuest season, and then from there it's going to be Worlds in Philly, and like again, sprinkle in Battle Hardens and Callings throughout the entire year. This is by far going to be the most expensive year I've ever had spending. Yeah, I keep equipping him on the wrong side just for the memes, honestly. What do they play? Cut from the same cloth? Okay. They don't have Codex. They pitched the last one like too many turns ago. Is there a world where I can block 2 and survive? If I block 2, my hand is Fealty, Art of the Dragon Blood, Demonstrate Devotion, Wrath, activate Cindra. Okay, so here's a better question. If I block with Mask and Burning Blade Dance, what does our turn look like? Does this keep the +4 if traded out? Syndra and Fi are pretty similar, right? So you might play 2 decks when going for Syndra/Fi. I mean, they are similar, Grief, but they play a little bit different at the same time. Sorry, we're going to have to think about this for a second. This is one of those weird turns. They cannot Azuri something in, so that's good. Right? Oh, they can Azuri something in? Banish a card from your hand, face up. If it's an attack action card, put the attacking card with stealth from the active chain link on the bottom of the owner's deck. Okay, so they can Azuri this in. This is tough. So if I block Mask on the surface, I'm taking 5 to 4. And then I'm taking 1 more from Kiss of Death to 3. If they give it go again, and then they throw something else, Flick puts me to 2, this puts me to 1. So the safest play I can make here is to, like, the safest line I could make is to block Mask, Flick, and Burning Blade Dance, and then go 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. Which, to be fair, I think probably closes out the game. That prevents them from hitting me with a shakedown, which we've only seen. How many shakedowns have we seen? 1? I think this is the best block we have, right? And then we still get to have a really good turn. Because this is going to make this free. This is going to make this free on the 3rd chain link. Activate Syndra, Dagger, Dagger. I think this is what we have to do. Are we dead anyway? We take 7 to 2. Down to 1, the Flick Knives kills us. Well, that kind of sucks. Man. Dang. I have to admit, I did not think we were going to die from there. So, if I block with Mask, I'm super dead, because we just blocked 3, so they would have just taken this away and we were like Omega dead. So I would have had to have blocked with another card to live. So I would have had to have blocked with Wrath, and then my turn would have been 4/4. Man. Yeah, I don't... What would you say is the best way to block Cindra? It's solid to block the first 2 links normally. Yeah, I don't, man, that was weird. Like, that was tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought we had that game with, like, the super overprotective block there. I kind of thought we had that one there. Kind of thought that game was in the bag. Loss. Close game, died to Kiss of Death and Toxin from 8 life. I was at 8 life. Not really a world I ever block more than 6 on 7 like I did. Yeah, I don't think there's ever a world I'm gonna block any more aggressively than I did there, to be honest. Like, I felt like that was... I felt like that was a pretty conservative block. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. My opponent played very, very well. That was just a tough one. Like they had it there at the end, and I think the Toxin was in Arsenal too. So, or no, it was in hand, right? Were we at a point where they had pitch stacked that, or like was that just like a rip? No, that had to have been just a rip, right? I don't think they had pitch stacked that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but man, that was tough. Having a health lead at the end, it seems attractive to block more aggressively and send Flick to keep chipping them. Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. It's thought that like maybe we were supposed to just play that differently, like block with 2 cards there. Man, like that 3-card hand, like us blocking 6 on 7 when we're at 8. They just happen to have the 1 card that's like a 6-point swing there. Because it buffs that up to 10. We're blocking 3, which means we're taking 7. Or we were at 9 or something like that. I don't know. That was crazy. I did not think we were going to win that game. Obligatory blocking, bad ninja, right? Exactly. Okay, so they did just natty have it. Yo, Delph, what's up, dude? We are playing. We are actually playing Syndra today. All right, so let's see. I'm going to send this here in a minute for everybody on Twitch so that you guys can find the video. So for anybody who does not know, I did the record the wrong way. Whoopsie. We lost that one. I generally know very little about the hero, so disregard. No. I don't think it's a dumb suggestion at all. And to be honest, I'm kind of learning the hero myself right now. I'm kind of like, learning and like looking through a lot of the things right now. As I'm playing through the heroes. So like there's a lot to learn from. There's a lot for me to learn at this point. All right, so for anybody who does not know, we are doing 2 Codex Journal giveaways. The first one is going to be a journal of your choice, anyone from the website. I've pulled up the cool 8 alter hero ones because I think they're really cool. And then also we're going to be doing an Aggro 96 journal giveaway. It's going to be the second one we're going to do. The first giveaway we're going to do is going to be here in about 8 minutes. I don't know, the product's really cool. If you guys are looking to level up your game and like also get like a really cool product that that is really taking the community by storm, then I think this is a good place to be. Please remember, if you don't win one today, ! Codex in the chat, code AggroBlaze96 to save 10% at checkout. All right, so we're talking about the journals a little bit here, and like I don't really want to start into the game because we're gonna do the giveaway here in like about 8 minutes. So let's talk about the deck a little bit for a second. One of the big things that I've noticed is that like against like some of the assassins, like you'll notice we ran 68 cards into our opponent. There were 2 really big hands that I feel like put us in a weird spot that game. Yo, Jamie Gavin, hope I said that right. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Yo, let's go. Also, Sweet Nasty, what a name. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Means a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Yo, let's go. Jack, let's go. With 6 months of tier 1 support. Always love what you do, Jack. Thanks so much, brother. I hate that I missed you yesterday, man. I was hoping you were going to be able to make it out, but I know you said you had stuff going on, but hate you couldn't make it to the ProQuest yesterday. So joining the ProQuest is joining the giveaway is going to be very easy. Here in a few minutes, I'm going to give you guys a keyword. All you got to do is put it in the chat. There is one thing I will tell you, though. If you are someone who hangs out on Twitch quite regularly, I have put the link in the Twitch chat to the YouTube video. The giveaway is only going to be done on YouTube. It's because it's very hard to get it back and forth with everything. So also, dude, let's go. James, with that 3 months of Prime support, my man said, let's go. Dude, James, thank you so much, brother. Guys, I appreciate all the love and support. I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. It means a lot. Especially like as I'm like learning Cindra. I do really appreciate you guys being here. But if you guys are someone who hangs out on Twitch regularly, I have thrown the YouTube video link in the description, or I'm sorry, in the chat for you guys, because the giveaway is going to be on YouTube only. But what's going to happen is I'm going to give you guys a word that you guys need to say. You guys need to type in the chat, and that's how you enter. And then from there, Nightbot is going to pick somebody randomly. And at that point, DM me on Discord, and I will get you all the instructions for the giveaway and what you can do. some biddies, you say? Yo, let's go. Dustin with the $1.99 super chat. Fang is superior. Listen, I'm not going to argue with you. Fang looks pretty cool. I have to admit, I do like Fang quite a bit, and I've seen Fang doing really well at some pro quests lately. I think there was even was there a Fang in top 8 at the Battle Harden yesterday? I can't remember, but there might have been. Either way, Dustin, thank you so much for the $1.99, man. I really appreciate the super chat, brother. Hashtag Outpost Life. Let's go. Tyler knows what's up, dude. Tyler knows what's up. While we wait for the drawing, can you talk about one or two things about the codec you didn't expect to discover or appreciate? Yo, that is like an honest, great question, to be honest. All right, so there's a couple things here in the Codex Journal that honestly I really didn't expect when we first started doing it. And this was not, so this is something that Thomas has really added in. I got to find the page here. There's like a few pages here. Okay, so in the journal, and I'm going to pull this up here, and we're going to talk about this here for just a second so you guys can see it. It is called the Milestone Review page, and I've kind of got this up here on the screen so you guys can see it. But the Milestone Review page is really cool, and I really like what it does. It gives you this ability to like look over the last few games. Yo, Drew, gifting 5 subs on Twitch, dude. Drew, man, thank you so much, brother. Dude, Drew, with the love, dude. I really appreciate it, man. Drew, I also hate I didn't get to see you yesterday, man. I hate that you didn't make it to the outpost. I know you had some sleep and stuff going on, man, but I hate you didn't get to make it, brother. But yeah, the Milestone Review page is really cool. This is something that I really like that, you know, Thomas has added into some of the more recent journals that I think is a really, really good place to be. And maybe here in a minute, I'll go get my journal and even show you guys what it looks like in mine, because I've taken the time to actually write down some milestones for myself. All of the games that are in my Codex Journal are actually from the one that I've been using was the one that Thomas made special for me. It's even got like a special note that he wrote in it for me. And like I've been using it at the Pro Tour, at ProQuest. Like it's been really cool to have. But like it talks about performance trends. And it says like which matchups are proving difficult and what specific challenges are causing difficulty. These are great questions that I honestly think like most of the average player base maybe considers, but doesn't really take a lot of time to think about like on an in-depth level. And so it's really awesome to have that ability to be able to like stop and say, man, like what's kicking my butt, you know? Because even like when I was losing to Vincent a lot playing Aurora, I had to stop and determine like what are the problem cards? What is giving me this like big like hold up? Why am I losing so often? And so it was really cool to just be able to like have that moment to like dig through the journal and like really do a little soul searching that honestly gives me a moment to flip back and look at my notes in my games and be like, what's happening? Why am I winning? Why am I not winning? And you know, like, don't get me wrong, sometimes you play really weird games. Like, for example, yesterday, I lost in top 8 of our ProQuest yesterday, our local ProQuest. I lost the Aurora Mirror to Derek, who I feel like I'm actually like becoming like good friends with. The more like I get to talk to him and know him, he's really funny. And we played the weirdest Aurora game I have ever played in my life. It was easily 15 turns or more. I went through my entire deck and I played 0 copies of Arc Lightning in our game. I drew 1, had to pitch it, and then I drew the 2 in the bottom 4 cards of my deck and I never played them. And we still played this insanely close game where it was this ton of back and forth. And so my notes were very, very detailed on that game because I was like, this is one of the weirdest games I've ever seen. That is one of those games that I really wish was recorded, that I could see from like both sides so that I could go back and say like, okay, like what happened? Where did we go wrong? Because most Aurora games are like 4 to 5 turns in the mirror. But even some of the like grindier games are 7 to 8 turns. For the game to go double that amount of turns was crazy. I had 5 cards left in my deck when I died. It was a wild game. And it was one of those ones that like I really would like to be able to go back and watch. But it was a really fun game. Yeah, like it was really interesting. I think Derek made a comment yesterday, and I think Derek is Sloth, who hangs out in the chat actually. But Derek yesterday said that we're like building a rivalry, which I'm not gonna lie, really made me chuckle. I really enjoyed hearing that because we played a lot of the same local ProQuest throughout, like, you know, like East Tennessee and like, you know, Western North Carolina. And I think he said we're 2-2 right now. So I'm not gonna lie, Derek, if you're watching this right now, just know that I'm single-handedly practicing so that I am ready for you the next time I see you, brother. And then the other thing here, and we only got about a minute, so I'll make this one quick. Let's see. Hang on, trying to find it. Okay, here we go. The other thing that I really like is that I am someone who practices draft a lot for bigger events, and that you have this ability to like look at the back and you can actually see like, okay, like here is what my draft strategy was. Here are the notes I took. Like, what was I looking to do? And it like gives you this ability to kind of like flip through and like really take the time to investigate your draft. In my journal, I have every draft for my Pro Tour. I talk about the ups and the downs, what I feel like happened with my games, and so on and so on. And so it gave me this ability to like really dig deeper into draft. And I'm not going to lie, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Okay, for anybody who does not know, we are doing a Codex Journal giveaway. Hang on, let me pull it up here. We'll go over this really quick, and then we're going to get the keyword for you guys so that we can get this going. So if you know some buddies that are hanging out, they might want to win a Codex Journal, send them the link to the video. If you're on Twitch, remember, you need to jump over to YouTube because this is run through YouTube only right now. What we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys a keyword. You're going to have to put that in the chat. When you put that in the chat, it's going to enter you into the giveaway for you to be able to win. Whoever wins, DM me on Discord later tonight or tomorrow. I'll reach back out to you and I'll get you the instructions on what needs to happen and everything like that. The first winner that we're doing here is going to get to pick any journal they want from the website with a special code that we're going to get, and they're going to use that to be able to get that the one they want. It's completely free. It's no cost, no shipping, no nothing. It's awesome. Big shout out to Thomas at Codex Journals for being willing to do this and put this on. So yeah, this is what we're doing right now. Let me go ahead and turn this on so we can get everybody going here. I gotta get it going over here on my end. Let's see, giveaway. Let's see, viewers, regulars, channel members, and moderators. Sure, yeah. So let's see. Okay, so right now, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna type Codex in the chat. Let's see. All right, here we go. Yeah, I see the names coming in now. There it is. I see them all coming in. Just remember, if you're hanging out on YouTube, Codex in the chat. We're going to give it about a minute or two here, and then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pick a winner here in just a minute. I love seeing all this stuff come through. Like, it's so much fun to do these like giveaways. Like, I love seeing like all the... It's so fun because like there's so many people who hang out and lurk, and guys, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Like, I love that you guys are hanging out in general, but it's so fun to like see all these names pop up. It's so fun to see all the names pop up. Just remember, Codex in the chat. Also, while I was rambling there, Animal Bite, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you're here for the first time, you're new to the channel, whatever your story is, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new, and they are, what's your name, what got you into Flesh and Blood, and what are your favorite hot dog toppings? All right, we've given it a minute here. I'm still seeing it come through. I'm still seeing a few people come through here. I was like, I'm giving it a second. I know that some people said they were having troubles and stuff like that, but let's go. It says we have 69 entries right now. 69 entries right now. Let's freaking go. You love to see it. Yo, let's go. Stirs Fart? Really hope I said that right. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Means a lot. Also, Braun Brib, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Means a lot. No more entries, perfect number. We should have just stopped at 69, dude. I love it. Nice. God, I love the Flesh and Blood community. You guys are perfect. All right, let's do it. Choose a winner. Bryn Jones. Bryn Jones, you are our first winner. I'm going to take a screenshot of this here just so I'll have it. So, Bryn, congratulations on winning a Codex Journal. What you're going to do, we're going to save this screenshot just a little bit for later here. All right, and we can reset our giveaway here in just a few minutes when we start going through this. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for participating and being part of our first giveaway today. Do not forget, if you did not win one, there is another one coming later. We're going to do one here in about 55 minutes. It's going to be for the special edition of the Aggro Blaze 96 Codex Journal here in just a few minutes. Who needs gravy bones when you got Bryn Jones? Dude, Delph, that's amazing. I absolutely love that. Bryn, congratulations. Bryn, just shoot me a DM on Discord. If you're not in the Discord, !Discord, and you can jump in there and find me that way. And I'll go ahead and get you all the instructions and we'll get everything set up for you. So, all right. So now we've got our first winner. Let's jump back into some more Syndra games. We've only gotten one game so far. This is our list that we're playing today and what we're looking at. Let's see. Let's take this and let's keep rolling with it. Yo, dude, Trent gifting out 5 subs as well. Dude, Trent, brother, thank you so much, man. You and Drew, dude, y'all are gonna make your boy cry over here today, dude. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, brother. It means a lot. Oh, did I miss a big hydrate somewhere? Yo, did I miss a big hydrate? My bad. I got you. Let's go more. I got you with a big hydrate right now, brother. Oh, God. All right, I have no idea how this is supposed to go down. Genuinely have no idea how this is supposed to play out. Oh. All right, let's do this. More. Big hydrate. More just needed me to use the bathroom, so now he can be ready for me to roll me here. Is this a defense reaction matchup? Like, we're probably on our defense reactions, right? If I had to guess. How do you feel with the blue Syndra into Verdance? I feel comfortable playing versus redline Syndra, but blue Syndra be spooky. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Like, it could be tougher. I don't know. Like, it could be tougher, to be honest, Delph. That's a really good question. When you get a chance, look at my Phi chain link I posted in the Fab General chat in the Discord. Okay, I'll take a look at it after this. I've not played much of the blue Syndra, but I have played quite a bit of the redline Syndra, and I mean, I think it's like the redline Syndra has felt like pretty good so far. Are we just supposed to run 65? It feels wrong to just be on 65. Maybe we cut throughs. Play 62. I also think this is a momentum matchup, even though it feels like there probably won't be many opportunities for us to hit them with a momentum here. Like, we probably don't get a lot of momentum opportunities, right? We will block 7. Now, they're probably just going to throw the next thing at us here, which is fine, and then we'll block 3 because that's all we have. I think it's more of a race than D-react for my experience. Okay, that's fair. They are going to get to set up here on turn 0. Unfortunate. I mean, it's kind of inevitable, though, because we don't really have any poppers. Like, maybe we're supposed to be on some poppers in the main deck. Unfortunately, we can't just jam Ninth Blade into this deck as much as I might like to. Oath of Loyalty, Display Loyalty, crack that Ravenous Rabble, Arsenal the Ancestral Empowerment, and we'll flick and get one back here. I think that's fine, though, right? Because we're just going to go... Yeah, I think this is fine. We cannot empowerment this. I think we're just going to throw the dagger and then flick the other one, right? They gave us mask very quickly, which I'm going to be honest, kind of scares me. Kind of scares me a little bit that they just gave us that so fast. I do not want the counter. No. This hits. I do not want the counter. We are going to activate Cindra. We've managed to put our opponent down to 19, but they have all of their cards. Is this going to be Erudition? So we're going to give Flight Path and the Shelter, and then force them to have it here. which, I mean, to be fair, doesn't seem that crazy. I mean, they very quickly kept their hand. So they probably have a Wrath here. If we're fortunate enough for them to not have a Wrath, yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. Battlefront Bastion is a good side tech for Assassin / Ninja against Prism. Okay, so like the red 7, I could see that. You run Battlefront Bastions. I run CNC as Popper. Otherwise, it's cursed unless they brick. Yeah, Simon, I think that she's gonna LL tomorrow, personally. I think she's gonna LL tomorrow. Attack me, flip, make some spectral shields, which is like fine. When this hits a hero specifically, okay? I mean, yeah. The fact that, like, they're able to just hit it, like, the turn 2 Herald of Erudition with the Wrath is just so bad for us. Like, I don't really know what we're supposed to do against that, because it's tied up, and they literally have 7 life on board. Like, they're just at 26 right now. So we're going to attack them. Kind of don't hate this. Hey, what's up, Anoth? How are you? I might be playing Ninja after Aurora leaves. I'm not sure. I like Cindra quite a bit, but we have to do some testing to kind of figure out where I want to be honest. CNC is even enough because it's a 6, so she keeps her -1 figments for that specifically. So you think we need a 7? I'm worried that it's like the coming meta after this is just going to be OTK Florian and that we're just going to be in a tough spot. If I'm being entirely honest, I think like it's just going to be OTK, which scares me. I think we have to throw this at them. I think we have to throw this at the Angel, right? I mean, they could like Halo. Oh, this was incorrect. Hang on. Sorry, opponent. So we have to do this. Well, even if we flick the dagger, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's like, yeah, we just have to play this now. We have to attack the Angel and then empowerment this and hope we draw into something good here. Hope LSS would quickly hit something if it pans out like that. I mean, I don't know if they will. I'm going to be honest. Like, I think LSS has made it very clear that they do not like banning things. Like, they've made it very clear that that is their stance, and they do not like banning stuff. So I'm very skeptical. If I'm being honest with you guys, I'm very skeptical. I think them banning Scepter is fine because Florian is still a really good deck. Because like Florian's still a really good deck without Scepter. Like, I don't think I actually think that like Scepter Florian loses to regular, like mid-range Florian, which is like crazy. We are going second. It's not like super crazy that that's how it's played out, but are they just going to end our turn with 3 cards in hand? Okay. I mean, that's fine, honestly. I'm okay with this. And then we're going to throw this at them for 3. And then it'll be Kunai at the Angel, or I'm sorry. Oh, it is getting +1. It's the -1. Never mind. Never mind. I need to be able to see this card, please, game. The attack action cards. It's always what I never remember. So lose a couple spectral shields here. Dagger at the Angel because this is not affected. I do not want this, no. And then it's going to be Burning Blade Dance for 2. They can block this with the Footsteps very, very easily. Well, actually, they can't because of the Flick Knives and the way this whole thing pans out. So we're going to Flick Knives. We're going to activate Cindra because we have 3 Draconic Chain Links. Get these the other way so everybody doesn't have a stroke in chat. I think James would be more open to bans if Gottlieb wasn't there, to be honest. Ooh, that's an interesting take. I've not really thought about it that way. I've never really considered that, Drew. That's an interesting take, to be honest, man. It's pretty spicy, dude. It's pretty spicy. They're going to flip Erudition, and they're just going to do... I mean, yeah, we still have our action point, right? Maybe we're supposed to save the Flick for exactly this situation. Maybe we're supposed to save the Flick Knives here and just let that happen. Because now you have to give me another card, which I actually really like. I think this will be a good thing. They don't kill the deck, and we can see... And we don't see OTK again for now. I mean, yeah, I think OTK is just not good for the game. Like, I personally don't think it's good for the game. We'll just fall down to 14 here. I think we're going to have to put together a good turn here. I don't know what it's going to have to look like, but we're going to have to put together a really good turn here. OTK and CYB are just naturally unfun cards. I completely agree, Dave. I'd be more open to bans than normal here because it's an OTK degenerate deck. I mean, to be fair, the Skeleta, whatever it's called, Skeleta, however you guys prefer to pronounce it, that deck sat around for a while. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess we're just going to 3 here. I was like, we're hoping there's no Wrath, and we're just going to send it. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if there's any world that we're supposed to be on balance in this matchup. Did we just attack the Angel here? We don't really have a way to, like, give our snaps go again, or snatch go again. So we can just attack the Angel and then play the Empowerment and see what we draw into. Sink Below not looking the best here. Sink Below not looking the best there. Attack them with a dagger. Blood runs deep into Snatch, and we're going to have to OPS something powerful here. It's LSS. They won't bet anything because LL exists. I mean, I don't know that... I agree with that statement. We do not need a resource here. I mean, I guess we could get 1 resource back and then swing one of the daggers and then flick it. Would have been a better play. I'm curious to see if they even block this or if they just say whatever and go to 9. I feel like I've not utilized Flick Knives very well in this matchup right now. Now we got him back the opposite way again. Dang it. We're not able to give... Yeah, we're not able to give this... Oh, so I should have waited, I guess? Maybe I'm supposed to not flick there? I don't know. That's tough. Maybe I'm not supposed to flick there? I don't know. And now we're like priced into blocking, which feels bad. Feels really bad. Who ended up winning against Arthur Trehey? Wow, dude, that's awesome. I'm surprised the Florian beat, or I'm surprised they beat the Florian. To be honest, I think we're gonna give up Mask here and the Shelter, and then if it's Wrath, it's Wrath. Like, we're at 3, we can't play around it. Yeah, it is what it is. I definitely do not know how to play this matchup. Definitely do not know how to play this matchup. That's going to be another matchup I'm going to have to beat my head against the wall to figure out as an aggro deck. I'm not going to lie, part of me really just misses when like I was just playing Victor and I was just like, oh, here's a popper. Here's a popper. My inexperienced showed big here. Poppers in the side feel like a must. Okay, well, the game did not go our way, but that's okay. It's okay, we're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. We're going to keep the grind going here. I mean, maybe we're just supposed to say no D-Reacts and just race Prism. Oh, I'm not even on Furnace. I guess we want to go second against this deck? Are we just supposed to no AB and just race this deck into the moon? To the moon! Probably. We're just gonna race. We're running 60 and we're going second. We're running 60 and we're going second, and we're gonna see what happens. I have no idea if this is correct. If we get wrecked, I apologize. Acilio, and we are going second. They're probably intrigued to see no AB for me. Maybe that's regular though. Like, maybe that's like a normal Syndra thing. I think we're gonna go 3, 5, 7. Keep the Blaze Headlong. Blaze Headlong has the best chance of being a high upside card, I feel like. Ignite, Empowerment, Kunai, an extra Draconic card you play or activate. All right, so we have a pretty good turn here. I feel like this turn looks pretty clean. They don't draw Arcane and we just win, right? Yeah, easy peasy. I should have grabbed Ravages when you attacked my Angel. Yeah, so I thought you were going to grab Ravages there more. Now, it just kind of worked out. I feel like you were just in a good position anyway at that point. But I agree that, like, I think you should have been on, like, a different... Like, you should have grabbed a different card there. Would have been better. We're going to go Dagger. No blocks there. Interesting. No, I'm good. We don't need the vest. We're going to go 3. They're just going to give us Mask? I mean, getting the Sink Below feels pretty good because now it means that we have a better shot of hitting with the Blaze Headlong here. We do not need the counter from Vest. I feel like I also don't use Vest aggressively enough in this deck. Like, I need to be more aggressive with the deck, considering that I'm looking to play like a 3 to 4 turn game. Blocks with a Current Funnel. I mean, yeah, we'll just get our Dagger back and Arsenal our 0 for 4. I think it's fine. Because if we draw like a Field Tea Maker or like even a Hunt the Hunter, we kind of set this up a little bit here. We could also just utilize the Scalers here if we needed to. So we go to 38 off of the Sigil of Ether and they draw a card. I overthought it since I was on stream. I mean, yeah, more. I completely get it. I completely get it, right? Ooh, discarded the Comet Storm Shock is interesting. What did they pitch? Somersault? I mean, I feel like we're supposed to block here something, right? So we can actually block Art of the Dragonblood and Dragon Scalar Flight Path, go Rising Resentment, flick a dagger, cut through into utilize the resource Hunt the Hunter, save the March of Loyalty for next turn when we create a fealty inevitably. Feels like a pretty good play. I mean, if it's like a Mind Warp from hand, it does feel bad. All right, well, they've passed. It was just a 1 for 5. Okay. I mean, that's also fair. We do have to flick pretty aggressively here to like be able to set up our turn the way we want. We are going to utilize the Blood Splattered Vest this turn cycle. This is the time we definitely want the resource to be able to make. We're basically using Vest as a way to turn on Hunt the Hunter as a 0-cost attack, like as a 0 for 5 with the Vest. Like on-demand Tunic is really good, and me learning how to utilize it is going to be one of those like things that I'm trying to learn. Yo, Fontana, what's up, dude? Stream anxiety is a real thing. I actually agree with you, Drew, that stream anxiety is a very, very real thing. I wholeheartedly believe that. I'm a very lucky person that I don't really feel like social pressures or anxieties in a lot of situations, especially when it comes to like being in front of the camera. Like it just, I don't know. I just don't really have those things, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Like there's nothing wrong with feeling anxious in front of the camera. I'm just one of those people, like I'm very fortunate that I don't have that I don't have to worry about that because I just feel comfortable in front of the camera. So, man, you eat this shit up? What are you talking about, Trent? You and Trent are so natural in front of the camera, it's kind of insane. Dude, Trent is actually like super, super natural in front of the camera. Like Trent has this like super comfortable, like natural effect of just being in front of the camera. It's very impressive to me. I actually thoroughly enjoy like watching Trent be in front of the camera just because of that. Okay, so it's Oath, Burning Blade Dance. We're going to gain a resource, and then we get to go Blood Runs Deep, Hunt the Hunter, Give It Go Again, March of Loyalty. Or I could block Hunt the Hunter, and I could go Oath, Burning Blade Dance, Blood Runs Deep into March of Loyalty. Or we could go Oath, block here, and then it would be Oath. No, we can't do that. And no blocks. We're up. Let's go. I'll put some stuff out soon just for you. Thanks, Trent. I appreciate it, man. Delph, thanks for hanging out, man. Hope you have a good night, buddy. You could forget how to play the game and we would still support you. No worries either way. Philip, thanks, man. I really appreciate that, buddy. It means a lot. Yeah, I have to say, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I make some very, very bad plays sometimes. Like, on stream, like, I have no shame in that. I make some plays that are definitely suboptimal. And I feel like that's one thing that kind of makes me like kind of like a fun streamer, if I'm just being entirely honest, because it makes the game so much more interesting because you're getting to see what it looks like for like a normal Joe. Because to be honest, like that's kind of how I feel. Like I don't feel like I'm anything special at this game. I just feel like I play a lot and I put a lot of practice in. Dot, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? This is actually the list you sent me with like one small change. So this is actually the list you sent me, brother, with like just a small change. I mean, we're just going to keep this, right? Like we don't need this to connect. Them giving up the sync here is actually really good for us. Perfection can be boring. I mean, yeah, so like you definitely want to watch the streamers who put up like good results, right? Because like you want to see that. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this now. Like you want to see the people who put up good results. You know what I mean? Like I get that. I totally get that. Are we going to flick both of our daggers here? Or do we want to set that up? Do we want to go Hunt the Hunter? I think if we go Hunt the Hunter, let's see how they play this. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to activate this and give this go again. Better late than never, I suppose. There's no reason to get anything back here. And then we get to go March of Loyalty for 4 go again. If this hits, we draw a card. Oh, I'm supposed to flick one of our daggers, right? That was a mistake. Oh, just kidding. We're insane at this game. We get it back anyway. We're just, dude, we're so good at this game. Now the fact that they're not blocking makes me think I should push this as well. Now I'm like scared. We'll flick this. We will not use the vest. I'm honestly pretty content blocking with flick knives and vest here. And like momentum, like just blocking with everything if I need to, because they're at 6 and I have a Blood Runs Deep in my arsenal. Like explaining your plays and playing a lot of different decks. You make really good content though. Yo, dude. All gamer, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the kind words. I mean, that means a lot. I really, really appreciate that. You know, I really like making content, and I really like hanging out with you guys. You guys make it very fun and, like, you know, honestly, like very easy to just sit and chill and play games with. Because even when I do make mistakes and do bad things, you guys are very supportive. But yeah, I mean, I think making mistakes and like growing is like an important part of the game that I think, like, you know, we don't see sometimes from people. Like, it feels like some people like really cherry pick their content, and I'm not trying to pick on anybody, you know, but I think that losing is a big part of it. Oh, this is going to be bad. We're so dead. We are so dead this turn. Sigil of Solace puts them back to 9. God, it makes me angry how good Sigil of Solace is in this deck. Sigil of Brilliance bounces us back to hand. They have another Blast to Oblivion? Are you shitting me? We're going to try to block like this and see if we can stay alive. Sigil of Solace is very powerful, I agree. Yo, interesting. Oh, they're looking for a spell. I'm going to take this one and see what happens. I mean, we're probably just dead to the Volzar shit, right, anyway? Probably just doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think we can beat a Volzar spell from here anyway, so we're just going to have to say. I'm hoping they don't have it. Yo. No spell here? No spell here is wild. We win, I think. I think that's game. Because our opponent's still at 9, but we have just 3 points on board with the daggers here this turn. We don't have masks, so I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, our hand is just really powerful here. Okay. I mean, we can throw this now. We might as well, right? Actually, we should probably wait to throw this to see if we can, like, get our opponent randomly. So they're down to 5. Brand. I should have waited on the Blood Runs Deep and tried to get him. Yeah, oh silly, oh no is right, dude. I mean, you know, Jumbo did call it earlier. That like they just weren't going to draw it. I personally hate when people only put winning content out. Way more interesting to see how people play the hard matchups. Usually what makes a good player. I actually really agree, Dave. I actually really agree with that statement, dude. I went 1-5 yesterday at my peak. Am I growing yet? Martin, dude, you're killing me. I'm rolling over here, bro. Oh man, Martin, I'm sorry to hear that you went 1-4, man. I know that can feel very like frustrating. I know that can feel very, very frustrating. So, but I do hope that you know, like learn something from the experience. Man, I wish this was for 4 so bad. What is this card? Mind Warp. Man, so again, you are seeing the exact reason that I should have held on to the Blood Runs Deep. We would have killed them if I could have flicked the other dagger at them. gosh. See? Like, right there. Mistake. Mistake. Yeah. Sigil of Brilliance into 4. We're going to block with Oath of Loyalty so that we don't die. And then we're going to go Brand into Snatch. I don't want to die to like some random instant speed arcane nonsense. So we're going to go 3 into 4. This forces a card. This forces 2 cards. I will play the Flick here. Like, they may have a prevention effect. I honestly don't know if they do, but I don't think we can die to instant speed arcane here. They could also have like a sigil that puts them back up on life. You're dead on the surface here. If you have the sigil, you live. Okay. I was like, if you have the sigil, like, you live. But yeah, like, that just, I don't know why they blocked here and then the sink below. That was incorrect. They should have just like said, they should have just given me, I mean, I guess it didn't matter, right? It didn't matter. Yeah, it didn't matter. We had it either way there. So, all right. March of Loyalty is actually really good. I agree. I think March of Loyalty is a lot better than I thought it was. I thought that card was honestly draft chaff for a while. But it's felt really good over my last few games here. So for anybody who does not know, I did go 4-1 last night. I beat an OTK Florian. I lost to a Dorinthia. I beat a Phi, and then I beat Verdance back-to-back. And then today we've lost to Azuri and Prism, and now we just beat an Acilio. 0 AB. Just straight gas into the game. Flick got us there. Made a mistake with Blood Runs Deep that would have won me the game 1 turn earlier. It's good to mention there that, like, I made a mistake and that I could have won a turn earlier, because I think it's very important that we catch things like that and, you know, try to be better about stuff like that so that we can play better. Oh, yeah. So, like, I actually really like the deck, Dot. I actually really like the deck, man. The deck. It's felt really clean. I like it a lot. Yo, okay. So since we're going first, do we need momentum to, like, try and continue to pressure them, or do we want links to, like, just try and get out ahead? I'm going to play momentum and see what happens. We're going to try that all you got. We're going first, so we're going to play all the defense reactions. I have no idea if this is correct. Since we're on the defense reactions, we're going to cut Ancestral Empowerment. And I think we're just going to try to use these defense reactions to try and help us. What other cards do we want to cut? Do we cut Rabbles, maybe? Let's try it like this. I have no idea if this is correct or not. Sigil is so broken it won a Pro Tour. I mean, it's kind of funny how, like, actually true that is. We're just going to try and push damage. Okay, so our opponent's on the same thing we're on this turn, on this game, which means that we either chose correctly or our opponent also does not know what's going on, which is possible. Like, no shade at my opponent. It is very possible that, like, they're also learning the matchup and trying to figure out what to do in certain matchups. We are going to gain a resource here. I do want the resource, and I also want to keep Mask alive. We're going to throw Display Loyalty, because it's either going to force 2 cards or it's going to get a 3 block out of their hand. Now, we did throw a 0 for 4, so my opponent giving 2 blocks is actually a very smart play. Do I want to throw Blood Runs Deep here? I think we're just going to get Mask, right? So we can just get aggressive. I'm here for it. I know this is like a very aggressive play this turn, but we're going for it. I mean, that's fine. You're blocking this to prevent Mask. Mask is still alive, and then it's Hunt the Hunter for 5, which marks you. It's very improbable that you can block this, And even if they can block it with a defense reaction, we're gonna... Oh, yeah. Yeah, you love to see it. Get him a body bag. I've got to get a soundboard. That's one of the few things I don't have for my stream setup that I wish I had, is like a stream deck or whatever they're called. I don't know. I've never had one, but I would like to have one. So we got to push 7 damage on turn 0. Is there any world that going first in this matchup is the key? All right, so this hand's not super great. Yeah, this hand's fine. Ooh, they're playing blues and we're not. I would like to play Throw Dagger in this deck, honestly. I do equip the daggers the wrong way. I don't do it on purpose. It just keeps happening. It's not on purpose, I promise, guys. I gave you permission to use my sub money to fund a stream deck. Yo, Drew, thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude. I need to buy one for the stream, honestly. I'd like to have like some soundboard bites and like some other random stuff like that. I think it would be fun to have stuff like that. Plus, I think it makes like transitioning between slides easier. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Do we put the March of Loyalty on the bottom to try and find a Lava Burst turn here? I think we do, right? Because we want to be able to find a Lava Burst turn. Nice. They're going to keep it going. We're going to give them Mask at this point. Like, I'm not willing to fight them over this. We do get to go right. We get to go Fire Tenant Strike first. Rising Resentment for 4. Actually, I mean, we could block this. We're going to get an extra card, right? I think we're just supposed to give them Mask, and we're just supposed to make the Mask trade-off back and forth. Summer is soon. In there, like, swimwear has to be on the deck. Dude, okay. You got me, Martin. I'm in, dude. We're in there like swimwear, dude. It's just going to be funny because it's just going to be me saying a bunch of, like, random nonsense through, like, the voice bites. Because I know that like certain sound bites will actually like get me in trouble with like YouTube monetization and stuff like that. So I've got to be careful with what I put on there. But I think there's like some generic ones you can find and stuff like that. Yo, what's up, Michael? How are you, buddy? Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I lost in top 8 of my Pro Quest yesterday, which was a little disappointing. But I'm happy I made top 8 at the local one. You know, it always feels good to, you know, show up and do well at one of the local ones. Yo, my opponent was able to go like 6 wide here. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good weekend. I'm happy to hang out. We got another Codex giveaway coming up in 18 minutes. Okay, well, the Ravenous Rabble makes it very easy to find what we need. Yeah, I mean, dude, just like looking good. Looking good. You should have viewers submit sound bites of your favorite sayings. I actually really like that idea. And we can just make like a viewer soundboard. Martin's onto something here, dude. That's gas. That's a gas idea, dude. Imperial Seal is so good into both of them. Are you talking about playing it in are you talking about playing it in I'm not going to gain a resource here. There's no reason to. I don't want to throw the other dagger here, I don't think. Are you talking about playing Imperial Seal of Command in this deck, Rose? Do I need to be on YouTube for the raffle? Michael, yes, you do need to be on YouTube for the raffle. It is a YouTube only kind of thing, since like it's easier to only... I can only do it through one platform consistently. Or another defense reaction here. I mean, double wax on. Do I want to set up another 5-card hand? Like, we're probably just supposed to get the dagger back here, right? And Arsenal. Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, we're up a point. We can set up another 5-card hand. They only have 3 cards to work with. We'll take this one and go to 27. Not gonna lie, I might start testing Imperial Seal and Bolton. I mean, maybe we try it. I main it because it says if you have an arsenal, you lose it on my flick. So are you just playing it as like a chain ender one turn, Rose? Is that like the plan there? Because I don't hate that. I'm not gonna lie, that's some pretty cool tech there. I think we'll take this one as well. I mean, our hand's like kind of gas, right? Like our hand's like actually really, really powerful. And we can like set up to Arsenal and Ignite and do some cool stuff. Plus, if they throw like a 4 at us here, we have the ability to block with Art of the Dragon Blood and Flight Path. So, yo, John, up host. Thank you for the sub on YouTube, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot. Guys, by the way, if you're here for the first time, you're new to the channel, whatever your story is, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're new, and they are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves in the chat. I would love to get to know you guys. What do we got? If they pass an Arsenal, it's a defense reaction. Maybe they play Imperial Seal of Command. I have to read that card. How many blues are you on, Rose? How many blues are you on in your Aurora or in your Aurora deck? God, I'll tell you what shows what I've been playing for the last X amount of days. We just block with an Ignite here. Yo, this is like free real estate. Blocking 2 with a card that didn't really do a lot in our hand is insane. So if they block the dagger, we're actually in a really, really good spot. So we're going to go Ignite. We could have Arsenal the second Ignite, but we took them off of an Arsenal, and we were just able to block with a card we didn't need. So I'm really torn between on keep jamming new or pivoting from her and learn patterns of Mario. But I think till she is legal, I will play her because I just love her play pattern. I mean, I get that though, right? Like if you're enjoying a hero, you should play it, you know? If you're enjoying a hero, you should play it. And I would say that to anybody. I would say that to anybody and everybody. Like if you enjoy something, play it. Like no questions, there's no concerns. Like just play what you enjoy, you know? Like it is at the end of the day a hobby. It is at the end of the day a hobby, and you should do what you like. Crack a fealty. How many do we have left? 1? They have 1? I'll take that. Using fealty to just like turn on Art of the Dragon Blood as a 0 for 4 with Go Again is just bananas. Chicken banana. Chicken banana. I love the videos on TikTok that I see where people do those with their pets. I'm like, brother, you're living in 2050 with the sauce. If they have a 3rd wax on here, I'm going to be very disappointed. No, they're just going to give me Mask? Interesting. I actually really like this card because it's a great chain ender. Okay, hang on. If we do it this way, okay, I got the daggers back the right way. Everybody can take a breath. I'm going to play Puffin even if it's horrible. See, Jack, I think you and I need to really work on the Puffin deck together, bro, because I have a deep love for Mechanologist that I have not really got to show much over the last, like, couple years. But Dash IE was the first deck I ever played when I got into the game, and I want Puffin to be good so bad. So, like, dude, if you start working on the deck, dude, like, please hit me up. Like, I will test and try different strategies with you and, like, do anything. It'll probably be after Nationals. Unless Puffin's just so broken I have to play her at Nationals, it'll probably be afterwards. But I'm in to just like play test and jam the deck like crazy. What is his hand? Okay, so we pitch a Demonstrate Devotion for Kunai. If it hits, we're just gonna use both. We're gonna use both the counters here. So that we can play Demonstrate Devotion. We're going to pitch 1 to play it. We're going to throw this, flick the dagger, and then we're going to play Hunt the Hunter and Arsenal Demonstrate Devotion. So our hand is 1, 4 is 5, 3 is 8 into 5. So we have a 4-card 13/14. I don't like that. I really don't like this at all. Chase is going to go all in on Puffin too, I think. Well, it sounds like we've already got a testing team together, bro. Sounds like we've already got our testing team together. I'm here for it, dude. Dot said I'm also playing Puffin. Dude, we're going to bring Dot into it too, man. Like, I'm telling you, guys, like, I will publicly work on this deck with anybody. Like, you know, you guys are pretty aware. I'm not really somebody who hides what I'm working on or what I'm testing. Man, I really don't want to give up 2 cards and Flight Path here. Let's think about our turn cycle here for just a second. I'm going to tell my opponent we're thinking. So the obvious play pattern here is like there's a couple of like pretty on the nose plays here. We can block Burning Blade Dance, Demonstrate Devotion, and the Flight Path. From there, our turn is pitch Demonstrate Devotion. If it hits, if the dagger hits, which it likely will, we use Vest. Use the Vest counter to play Demonstrate Devotion to make a fealty. And then from there, we crack Flick Knives, get the last counter off of our chest. And then we throw the Hunt the Hunter. If they block when we do it that way, so that turns ends up being 5, 10. We create a fealty and we mark them and try to set up another fealty and we get to throw 10 at them. We take 6. We take nothing, stay at 18, and we're going to throw 10 at them, theoretically. If not, our turn is when we attack with this, we have to use Flick Knives. If they block with their chest, which is a viable option, we have to use Flick Knives to be able to throw Hunt the Hunter. We have to use this. Okay, if we keep our hand, it is pitch for dagger. If it hits 4. So we have the potential to throw more at them, but we take 6. I think we're going to block. I don't know. I think I'm going to block. I think a lot of people are really excited for Gravy Boons. I think a lot of people are excited for Gravy Boons. And I mean, to be fair, like one of our locals yesterday, his name is John. He was telling me yesterday that he's already done some like really cool testing and that he really feels like the Gravy Bones deck has like a really strong legs, even though like we don't know what's going on yet. I hope the new heroes can stop Florian so that my Azuri can live. I mean, valid, right? It's really valid though. All right, so we're going to flick the other dagger, which feels bad because we're not going to have any daggers going into this turn. Them blocking with the Vest was actually like an insanely crazy good call for them. And we're going to throw Hunt the Hunter. We have actually not played another red card, so we don't get to mark them. But I still think that throwing 5 is fine. We're going to Arsenal the Demonstrate Devotion. Okay. I mean, to be fair, like, as long as we, like, have some things we can do here, we're going to be fine. We need to get a card off of that, all you got. And I will give Chest and Sink Below to stop a mask effect here. Can't even top 4 his local PQ and still streams. Yo, Holden with immediate shade, dude. Immediate shade to start the stream. Holden, what's up, dude? I heard you made it to top 4, right? I heard, did you lost to Silas in top 4, I think? You've seen like 8 cards and no weapon, and he's already a deck. I mean, yeah, exactly. I'm going to try to get Mask one more time this turn. And then the next on the next turn, I will give up Mask on the next one. But I'm hoping to get Mask on. I'm hoping to get Mask one more time and then go from there is the idea. So I mean, yeah, we're just gonna say no blocks here. If I have to give up Mask this turn cycle to stop their Mask, I will. So if we don't get the draw here, like, what are we gonna do, right? Is there any world I'm blocking Mask and Vest here? I mean, I guess that's fair. Silas lit me up. Yeah, he was on the Bozo equipment too. I think I'm gonna give the sink below here, and we're gonna put the that all you got on the bottom. And we're gonna hope to draw something that can make this hand work. So we played around the Ancestral Empowerment kind of unintentionally here. I made the best play based off of my hand. Wasn't really super dependent on what they were doing, but I do think that we made the correct call here. I don't know how we're supposed to make this turn work. If we're forced to block 6 and throw Blaze Headlong, I think we lose. Man. This is not great. I'm playing the wrong ninja because I'm not playing Fi. Yo, Josh, what's up, dude? So, we just don't really have a way if you've created a fealty this turn. And I need to be able to get to it. Like, this is a turn where, like, having a dagger is huge. And me not having the dagger is, like, kind of killing us here. So we block double March of Loyalty here. Or maybe we just block March and Blaze and then throw 4. Man, I wish there was a way I could have blocked March and Mask and then made something happen, but I just don't think it's possible there. My opponent cracked a fealty here in case I decided to let this hit. They were going to take a card off the top of the deck, and then they were going to hit their take the tempo as well. We will block with Mask this turn pretty much no matter what. I'm going to win this giveaway. Really apologize for giving y'all false hope. Dude, Salisbury just up in here letting everybody know up front, dude. Oh, giveaway's coming up as soon as this game's over, actually. I'm trying to think of like what our code should be this time around. We did Codex for the last one. What should we do for this one? You know what? Maybe we'll do some on-brand stuff here. All right, this hand works. Right? One to pitch this for Demonstrate Devotion. No, I've only done one giveaway. I've only done one giveaway so far. We're going to do a different code for the second one. We're going to do a different code for the second one. Yo, let's go. Rob Zombie with that 5 months of Prime support, dude. Rob, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, brother. It means a lot. Means a lot. I'm going to say no blocks, and we're going to hit him with the old Shelter from the Storm. Actually, are we going to take 4 here? Nah, we're taking 4. We're taking 4 here. So the next thing is going to cost 1 less. I think I'll go to 4 here. That's fine.
Let's freaking
interesting.
go. You love
interesting that they throw this at me. Yeah, this is fine. Yo, Dakota, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Also, yo, is that AJ? Dude, AJ, thank you for the sub on YouTube as well, man. Guys, I appreciate y'all being here and chilling today. It means a lot. Even if y'all are just here for like the giveaways, I still appreciate y'all chilling. It means a lot, man. They're gonna flick and put us to 3 here. Yep. We go to 3 off the flick, which is like fine. It's not the end of the world. Maybe I'm supposed to discard the Shelter there. Okay, this is fine. So we're going to say, yep, and we're going to hit him with a defense reaction. Activate Syndra to get 1 dagger back. I feel like the end game of the Syndra Mirror is actually really interesting. Code word should be big hydrate. I played Azuri at Kobe and went 7-1 on side events against Prism. Okay. Okay, dude. I've been subbed for a year just for this giveaway. Moore came super prepared today. All right, so we're going to go Brand. I feel like keeping Flick Knives is like super imperative late in the game here. Plays Headlong for 4, go again. And then the Demonstrate Devotion is massive, because this means you are required to give me at minimum 1 card. Oh, you have to give me Flick or your other card as well. This is insane, because if you go to 1 like this, like if you just block this and you don't have a D-React, you're dead to the Flick Knives. Yeah. What they block with was Brand, so they're going to block with their Oath. Makes sense. We're going to activate Cindra. We're going to get both of our daggers back. I'm going to equip them the correct way so everybody can stop having a stroke in chat. And then we're going to put them to 1, and then they're just dead next turn. Because they're going to throw 3 at us. We're going to block with 1, like, maybe 2 cards if we have to. And then from there, like, they're just super dead. Yeah, doesn't matter. Just block with the 3 block, and we're good here. The Acilio stream, Kevin, was a blast. I really enjoyed the Acilio stream. And honestly, a deck I'm gonna put together for fun. It's never been a deck that I've really considered putting together, but I'm going to for sure. You should have used a fealty. This is just incorrect here. Yeah, they're just gonna concede. I'm sorry. Yo, what? What? Pause, dude. What is our opponent up to here, dude? This is wild. That's some sauce right there. They're playing Command and Conquer and Pummel in their deck, dude. Our opponent is on the sauce. That's interesting. Okay, let's record our game here really quick, and then we will set up the giveaway. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. We played against the Cinder Mirror. We did have to go first. We did win. Couple of brick hands. Not sure how I could have prevented it. Made our opponent block first. Pushed 7 damage on turn 0. Pushing 7 damage on turn 0 was honestly huge. Was a huge part of us winning that game, and it felt really, really clean. All right, so let's go ahead and do this again, just for anybody who is not aware. Guys, if you are currently hanging out on Twitch and you would like to be a part of the giveaway, you will need to be on YouTube. I just sent the YouTube stream link to the chat for you guys hanging out on Twitch. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to put in a keyword that I'm getting ready to give you guys. I did really like Electrum's idea of using the hero we're playing. But the giveaway is going to be for an Agroblaze 96 edition of the Codex Journal. For anybody who does not know what the Codex Journal is, ! Codex in the chat. It'll give you the link to it. It's a great way to track your games, keep up with everything that's going on. Plus, it's got like all the cool branded stuff for my special edition on it, which I really like. I really, really enjoy. And I did have some comments earlier about what I like about it and what I think is one of the more neat things about it that, like, you know, I like kind of has stumbled onto after using the product for a while. So you could always rewind and check that out later. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get this together here. Give me 2 seconds. We're getting ready to get this flipped over. Giveaway keyword. It's open to everybody. And this time it's going to be Syndra. So the keyword that we're going to be using is going to be Syndra. So go ahead. What you're going to do is you're going to type Syndra in the chat. Once that starts filing in, everybody's going to be added to our giveaway here. We're going to give it just a couple of minutes while people are added. There we go. Now the names are flowing in. You love to see it. You love to see it. All the names flowing in. We're gonna give it just a second here. I don't know. We'll talk about my pro quest for a minute. You know, while we're hanging out from yesterday. My pro quest yesterday was really interesting. I ended up losing round 1. I lost the Aurora Mirror to Billy Pistol, who ended up winning the event. Spoiler alert. And then after that, I went on to beat. What did I beat round 2? I have to get my journal out. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I ended up beating a Great Axe Dory in round 5. I beat a Levia in round 3. In round 4, I beat the Mirror in round 4, and then I actually got the bye in round 2. So I ended up going 4-1 in Swiss. And then in top 8, I had to play the Mirror. The Derek, who I beat in Swiss, ended up beating me in top 8 in one of the more interesting games. Yeah, beat Derek in round 3. There he is. So it's like Derek in the chat. I love it. Ended up beating the Mirror in round 3. So I was 4-1 going in the top 8, and I think I was like the 4 seed or the 3 seed. I can't remember. And Derek ended up beating me in top 8. We played a really, really interesting game. Derek played the end game super well. Like I have to say that, like, and I'm not just saying that because he's in the chat, but like looking back on our game, like he played the end game so patiently and so well. He realized he was up on cards. He realized he was up on life, and he was just whittling me away, stripping cards out of my hand 1 turn at a time. It was actually a really, really good play from him. Protect the Elo. Dude, so I went 4-2 yesterday, which means I'm probably going to lose about 10 or 11 Elo. It is what it is. I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to keep grinding events, and then we're going to hope that I'm in the top 50 when it comes time for a Worlds invite in September, is what we're doing. All right. It looks like the Cindras have stopped been entering into the thing. This time around, it says we have 49 entries that we're looking at here. It says we have 49 entries. All right, let's see. Yeah, but it looks like we got everybody on here. Here we go. Let's run it. Choose a winner. I'm all about it here. It's Space Moose is our winner of the AB 96. Oh, we should save this one so that I have it. Codex Giveaway winner 1. We'll save that, and then we'll get a new one going on here. And then let's see. We'll save this one so that I'll have this one saved as well. Codex Giveaway winner 2. All right. So congratulations to Moose for winning this one. Let's go, dude. I was like, dude, I love that everybody's already like, you know, congratulations in the chat and stuff like that. I love how supportive our entire community is. It's honestly like super refreshing to just see and be a part of. So congratulations to Moose for winning this one. Bryn won our one earlier, and Moose won this one. Guys, thanks for being here and participating. I really appreciate it. If you were not able to win a journal in the giveaway, !Codex, you can check them out. Don't forget, use code AgroBlaze96 at checkout. Moose, shoot me a DM over on Discord. Shoot me a DM over on Discord, and we'll get everything sorted out for you, and I'll let you know what you need to do and stuff like that. Also, Kafrika said, rigged, I didn't win. Yes, Josh, you can go back to Twitch now. Actually, what we're going to do now before we play some more games, we got about another like hour left on the stream. I'm going to take a small bathroom break. I got to run to the bathroom here. I'm going to use the bathroom, and when I come back, we're going to be playing some more Syndra games. Thanks for hanging out today, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. It was not water. That was not water.
Oh, here, have some water.
I was lied to. The lies. Yo, only 4 cups? Listen at this man. That is 4 full cups, Cusco. This fucking guy, bro. This fucking guy. What? Rookie numbers? Bro, Cusco's out here. Look, this motherfucker's just sitting over there with a pot of sauce going, oh yeah, I'm stirring that shit up, baby. I'm stirring it up. Oh my God, we're going crazy tonight. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to going Super Saiyan right now. So I just need you all to know how, like, back-to-back Command and Conquer Pummel turns in back-to-back games! And you know what? Just like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not freaking leaving! That's right! This is the kind of content we're looking for right here. The fab tutorials that blow your mind. Blow your mind. The recipe is literally just vodka and Sprite and some Mio. You know, the water flavoring things? You know, like the little, like, squirt. You, like, squirt the little water in. You squirt the little juice in the water, and then it's like, oh, num, 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 num. This is so good. That's what it is. That's the secret sauce. I just crammed them all in my mouth. My God, this hand is dog water. Okay, short break, and we're back. We got more Syndra games going on. Let me grab the link for our deck here. Let's see. We'll get some more games going here. I'll look at scooping a couple of journals. Roundtable has been talking about some Talishar tourneys and stuff. They'd make a great prize. That would be awesome, dude. That would be really cool. Also, let me know, man. Like, if there's something like that going on, and like, you know, we want to talk about some like random prizes or something like that. Let me know, and like, I'll take a look at you know, maybe like seeing what I can throw in on top of it, because you know, I'm all about like supporting local community and stuff like that, man. Be awesome. What did we cut last time? I cannot remember what I cut from the last game. I know I cut cut-throughs. I don't think I played 65, though. I felt like I was on 60, right? Oh, I cut empowerments because I didn't want the reactions to be awkward, and I cut 2 rabbles. I do remember that. Yeah, now it's coming back to me. This is the 60 red deck. It is the 60 red deck. You are correct. So it's going to be pitch, hot on their heels for dagger. Flick the other dagger. Gain a resource, throw Demonstrate Devotion, March of Loyalty, get both of these back. Or get one of them, I mean, and then Arsenal the Blood Runs Deep. I feel like we have to lead on pitching this, right? The rest of it is just, oh, they're immediately on blues, we can tell. Rig, toxic streamer canceled, never coming back, reported, by the way. Bro. I don't think Salisbury's being for real. I think Salisbury's been in the chat before. Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted. Shit, sorry. I don't think they're being for real. I can't imagine they are. Salisbury's been in the chat hanging out a few times, so I highly doubt it. I don't get to play in person till the pre-release. Did something happen, Josh? Like, is it just like your schedule, or is there something going on? This is also like an example of one of those turns where like a blue would be great, right? Because we could actually Arsenal the March of Loyalty here and then play the Blood Runs Deep and like set up and do some more stuff like that. So now... Okay, yes. Do we throw the Blood Runs Deep? I don't think so, right? Like, maybe we're supposed to throw the Blood Runs Deep there. I mean, no, we should just set up an Arsenal, right? We were able to push 2 damage, which is not nearly as much as we were able to push last time. And then we should just like set up and just have the Blood Runs Deep for next turn. I think is a good play. Shelter helps us quite a bit. Admittedly, this hand is... Now, this hand's actually fine, right? This hand's actually gas. So we get to go Crack Fealty, Art of the Dragon Blood, Blood Runs Deep, Flick the Dagger, Hunt the Hunter for free, and then Flick Knives one of our daggers, and... Now, we can actually just, since we have the other Blood Runs Deep, we can just save it, right? Isn't respected as much. I'm surprised lists aren't all on Throw Dagger. It is a sick blue. I'm not on any blues, but if I was on blues, I would be on it. I would be on it for sure. Yeah, I assume Salisbury was just being funny. I assume so. mean, like an hour and a half to an armory is kind of wild. I drive about 20 minutes to most of our armories. Throw Dagger is such a good card. Pretty sure I own 3 of this card. Pretty sure I do. I can't remember. I think like my blues would probably be like Throw Dagger, Brand with Cinderclaw, and like Warmonger's Diplomacy is like what I'm thinking off the top of my head. I'm just gonna block with the Shelter here. I know we're like over blocking quite a bit, but and honestly, if we're on 12 blues, we can play Command and Conquerors on the side as well. Like it opens us up to so many more avenues. I really don't want to give them a card here. Maybe I'm supposed to. Maybe I'm just supposed to block with Blood Runs Deep here. I don't know. Even in red line, it's worth it. Literally free damage plus a draw. Exposed is a good blue. I do think that Ben, I believe was his name, the Cindra from the Battle Hardened yesterday, was on some number of those, I think. We do have a lot of fealty generation in our deck, so it's very possible that, like, that's the play, right? That we could be on some number of that. I'm very surprised my opponent did not get aggressive there. I kind of figured they would. So, Art of the Dragonblood makes the next thing cost 1 more. Plus, this is a Draconic attack, so our Blood Runs Deep is going to be free. But drawing a double blue hand is so much worse than red Syndra. That I do agree with, Dave. That's your one downfall, is like you're trying not to have double blues happen, which is why I think we should probably be on no more than 12. Like maybe 9 in the main deck, and then we have 3 in the sideboard that we can interchange out might be the play. Plus, I really like the idea of being able to open up the deck to Spreading Flames. I think that's a really solid play. Opening the deck up to Spreading Flames is like really neat. I like that a lot. I mean, that's fair. Like being on 3 exposed does scare me a little bit. We're not going to use the aim counter here. We don't need to. The next 3 things, right? Is there any world we're supposed to go Blood Runs Deep and then get our daggers back and flick both of them again? Because if we hit with Mask, I don't really want to give up the flight path here, right? I think we're going to... I know it's kind of weird, but I think this is going to be our play. So we play Blood Runs Deep with the trigger on the stack. We're going to get back both of our daggers. We'll put our opponent down to 29. We're not going to use the vest on either one of our triggers here because we still have the effect from the Art of the Dragonblood, or whatever it's called. If you draw Throw Dagger and Dragon Power as your blues, then did you really have 2 blues? So I think that's one of the things that we have to consider, Kevin, is that if we have something like that, if we do end up drawing like Throw Dagger and another blue, it's basically as if we don't have another blue, right? Which is kind of neat. I do think that Throw Dagger does bail us out from like not having a blue. Extend your mass chains and draw you a card. Yeah, I agree. Muffled Buffalo. I like that name. I kind of like that name. 8 blues? I feel like 8 blues isn't enough, right? Like it's probably 9 or 12 is what I would say. I've been trying Josh South's Feign deck and I don't know how I feel about it, by the way. Has it just felt like incredibly clunky or awkward or something? I mean, we went up 6 points here, and we took 2 cards out of their hand. I know we don't have any daggers, but I actually think this is a big dub for us. Also like the idea of being able to play blues and Command and Conquerors on the side. Eight felt terrible, especially if you want to run spreading. 12 to 14 just feels right. So are you on 12 to 14 main deck blues, Rose? Because I do like the idea of playing spreading. It feels like it's not enough blues and really missing Blaze Headlong. I feel like Blaze Headlong is like one of the cards that like you really need to be on. That like you really want to be on as Fang. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Also, I feel like Loyalty from Beyond the Grave is like a really cool card that I've never really utilized in this deck. I mean, I say never really utilized, like I've been playing the deck for longer than like 2 days. Put them down to 19. We don't need anything else. I hate that we've played all 3 of our blood runs deep in 3 turns, but at the same time, I think like we've like gotten good value out of them. You're on dagger pumps? Which dagger pumps are you on? Are you on like scar tissue and stuff like that? Or Cindra's? I'm on the Wrath. I'm on Wrath, yeah, I am for sure. I mean, I think throwing the Snatch here is fine, right? Because honestly, I'm probably going to utilize my Dragon Scalar Flight Path here and just give it go again. All right, we got 2 cards from them, which is what we wanted. Which means I can save my Flight Path and we can set up our 0 for 4 starter here. You're on Knives Out as well? And you're on Rake Over the Coals? I'm very intrigued by this list, Rose. You can get away with 8 to 9 blues with 3 yellow brands because yellows might as well be blues in this deck. Plus, you don't need a blue every hand, and your chest spells you out of all red hands with a 1 cost. I like that idea, Kevin. So are we just blocking with Fire Tenant Strike first here? We could block with the Oath in hand, and then we could go Oath, Hot on Their Heels, Burning Blade Dance, and then Arsenal the Fire Tenant Strike first and have both of our daggers available to us. Okay, I mean, that's fine. My local is on Wax Off combo with Snag and Aside for Bonds. I have Snag in the sideboard in my deck, which I actually kind of like. The Wax Off combos, I don't know, that's kind of hot. That's kind of hot, dude. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. Definitely clunkier than Redline, but when it lines up, your ceiling is insane. So I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that like that's the conversation that like we're having right now scares me a lot. I hate playing decks when I'm like I'm forced into saying, oh, like when it lines up, it's insane. That scares me. I really don't like that. If I'm just gonna be honest with you, I don't like things like that. I don't like the way it feels. I'm just not a fan of that kind of stuff. I've played too many decks over the course of Flesh and Blood where I've been like, oh, when it lines up. And I feel like when you have to like preface things with that, it's a real feels bad. At least for me anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm... Maybe I'm thinking a little too much about it here. I mean, we would give them Mask here because they flicked on the last chain link. And I don't like that. So if we block Burning Blade Dance and Hot on Their Heels, we can just throw Oath, keep our 8-point life lead this turn. Again, we won't have any daggers, which I kind of hate that we've played. The Blood Runs Deep have lined up in such a way that our game plan has put us into a position where we are forced into this like weird turn cycle of not having daggers. We have drawn 3 hands of back-to-back Oath, correct? Knives Out is new to the deck, still experimenting before Hartford. When is Hartford? I'm not gonna make it. I'm just curious. Like with Vegas and everything else, I'm not gonna make it to Hartford. Although I would like to go to more Battle Hardens and stuff. I just don't think it's really in the cards for me right now. You get it in the cards for me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. So I really like this hand. If we are able to, like, you know, keep the 3 cards plus the Oath here, we have a turn where we get a pretty sweet, like, play pattern here. Is that supposed to... I assume they were going to throw another kunai at us, to be honest. This is actually so good, in my opinion, for us. Are we supposed to bottom the Ignite here, maybe? Because our hand works so efficiently, we can look for a better card. It's the same thing it was, so it's fine. Sir, you are going to Vegas and Singapore? I am. No, not you, Siri. Shut up, phone. God. I hate when my phone does that. It makes me so angry. It's like one of those things that makes me so irrationally angry for no reason. And I know I could turn it off, but I actually use Siri when I'm out and about quite a bit. So I do, like, listen, I want to hit every major event that I can. I love to play the game and I love to travel. Blocking this gives me the ability to deny them mask. So my opponent making this play is honestly perfect for us. Unless, like, I don't know what they could throw. Oh yeah, see, this is so good because now, like, there's no mask here. We're just gonna go to 15. They're gonna end with 1 dagger. We're going to go. Yeah, our turn's really good. We get to go 4-3-3-3, or it's just 4-3-3 and then set up depending on what we need. We are going to lead on Oath. I hate that our breakpoint attack here is our leading card, but, you know, beggars and choosers. It does cost money and funds. You are correct. And Singapore is going to take up a lot of those funds. Singapore is going to take up a lot of those funds, Josh. Yo, let's go. Michael, are you going to your first nationals this year, dude? That's awesome, man. I'm super happy for you. I assume, like, that is that Vegas? Are you US nationals, Michael? The secret I found to running 8 blues is cutting your 1 costs. I run 7 1 costs and 8 blues, so most of the time I get consistent good damage every turn, almost forcing them to block with 2 cards. So I really like the idea of where you're at. Muffled Buffalo. I cannot get over that name. I'm not gonna lie to you. That name is awesome. But I really like your thought process there. Like, I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. That, like, you want to force your opponent to block with 2 cards if you can. I think we're going to force them blocking early with a card was, I think, a big mistake. So Hot on Their Heels is a relevant on-hit effect, but we know that they're going to block this chain link, and if not, like, we're just in a great spot. If they block here, which they do, we activate Cindra, get both of our daggers back. We'll equip them the right way so that nobody has an aneurysm. I hope you guys know I'm just giving you guys a hard time about that. I know some people said that earlier. I'm not going to use Vest this turn. There's no reason to. And then I am going to throw Ronin Renegade. We're up 7 points, and we're forcing them into a situation where it's give me another card, or it is give me multiple pieces of equipment that you don't want to block with. And if they block with Mask and Vest here, deal. I'm going to our Polish Nationals, which are from July 4th to 6th. Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. Well, dude, that's super exciting, man. I'm glad you're getting to go to your first Nationals, man. I hope you have a great time. I love big events. They're so much fun, in my opinion. Like, I feel like every event I'm at, I make new friends. I get to meet new people. It's a great experience. Drawing into Shelter is so insane here. Drawing into Shelter is so insane here. Bananas. As they say, you love to see it. Will you be going to PTSG? Is What is SG? What is SG, Milkman? Is that like Pro Tour Singapore? Is that what you're asking? I just want to make sure. I think it will be something you like. It's practically the same, but with some sideboard changes. That is one thing I will say. I really don't like some of the sideboard options that we have here in this deck. So I think that there could definitely be some better utilization for sideboard tech in specific spots. So like Dot, whatever you're working on, man, I'm here for it, dude. Singapore? Yes, I will be in Singapore, Milkman. I'm very excited to come to Singapore. You know, one of the awesome things about, you know, like playing Flesh and Blood and like getting to travel the world is like getting to see the world and just, you know, like being a part of like all of the really cool stuff that happens. I'm honestly very excited about because, you know, like Carly and I love to travel. We love to see things. We love to do things. We should add a counter, right? Yeah, we will actually add a counter here. Burning Blade Dance for Tree. Do you know what I'm going to play? Ooh, Singapore is so far out at this point. I honestly don't know what I'm going to play. I don't think I could really make a decision considering we haven't even seen the next set yet. So no, I honestly don't know what I'm going to be playing yet. But I'm hoping that after Nationals, we'll be able to spend a lot of time really working through what I want to play and what the next set's going to look like. Will not be using Blood Splattered Vest. I want to keep one dagger for next turn. I do not have a Go Again card in my arsenal. We do have a card, like we have a defense reaction, so I'm much more interested in keeping one dagger every single turn to be able to make things work. Yeah, concession incoming. So our turn was going to be Fire Tenant Strike first for 3, Ignite for 3, into Kunai for 1, Display Loyalty, Rising Resentment, Flick, get both of our daggers back. Probably use the last counter here to throw an extra dagger, and then just go in the next turn. And then our 4 cards after that was going to be March, Rising, Hunt the Hunter, Demonstrate Devotion. So it was going to be Rising Resentment, pitch March of Loyalty for the dagger that we had left. And then it would have been pitch Demonstrate Devotion for Hunt the Hunter, Flick Knives the dagger to get him back. And then our Wrath hand would have been terrible, actually. That hand would have been dog water, bro. That hand would have been dog water. It would not have been great. We have won the Syndra mirror twice going first now. Really makes me wonder if there's some serious thought process to going first in the mirror. Like, now it's like really got me thinking here. 5-4-25, Syndra. We did go first. We got the win. Going first might be the secret, since it allows us to push damage and situationally a Mask of Momentum hit. Blood Runs Deep did line up very awkwardly for us at the beginning of that game, but I don't know. Like, I think it felt like it was fine there, right? Yo, I also missed something. Mazza, 1986. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I apologize that I missed that. My headset might have been turned off or something. I don't know how I missed that. We're going back to the horse. Honestly, Josh, playing it hasn't even really been a consideration of mine. Playing the horse has not even been like at the top of my list or something I've been considering here. Blood Runs Deep has felt like the worst card in the deck, which is weird. I mean, honestly, it is really weird, right? Because it's felt kind of awkward to me at times, depending on how our hand lines up. It's really good with Wrath, but other than that, it feels kind of weird, right? Would not count this towards going first or second, coming back from a month break, and I'm a very mediocre Assassin main. I mean, listen, Stare, man, I enjoyed the game, and I appreciate the reps, brother. Like, I completely get it. You're just a second Syndra I played today where we have one. Going first, so I think that's kind of got something to do. Like, I think there might be some consideration to that being a thing. Just something I'm kind of like taking notes on and kind of putting in the back of my mind. as like we're continuing to play through the deck. But brother, I appreciated the game, man. I really enjoyed it. All right, let's see what we got here. Looking very similar. Looking very similar. Okay, so Dot has also made the Burning Blade dance change, which I think is just strictly better than the Pain in the Backside card. Double Strike is hot, dude. Double Strike is hot, Dot. I am all about some Double Strike. Yes. Yes. Dot just gets it. Okay, this is insanely hot in my opinion. I love this. I absolutely love this. Furnace being in the sideboard to help block in certain matchups is so good. And then I like 2 of Snag. 3's felt weird. I actually like all these changes. These are really, really good changes, man. I like these changes a lot, to be honest. I definitely understand why we have this in the deck, and maybe if like there's going to be a lot of, you know, Cindra in the meta, we consider playing something like that, but I really like your deck, man. I think that looks really clean. Looks really, really clean. Sent you my blue list. Oh, let's take a look at it after this, Rose. Sorry, I just saw your message. But yeah, let's take a look at it. I would like to take a look at it and see. Oh, hey, this is Michael from Twitch. Yo, Michael, good luck to you, man. Into new. I think we just fat deck, right? Like we're just like daggers are good, defense reactions are good, snags are good. I don't think we cut anything, right? Like I think we're just gonna run 71 into them and just try to like pressure them situationally. Snags can be good. Again, I don't like 3. You know what? We're gonna play 2 and see how it feels. From Dot's sideboard plan here. And then I suppose we're supposed to be on momentum, right? I assume we're supposed to be on momentum if we're going to run 70 cards into them. I don't know. Run everything? That's the game plan, Josh. We're going to run everything and see what happens, dude. I hate blocking 3 on the first dagger, but we also don't have like a starter otherwise, so... Nah, we'll keep this. We'll keep this. Notice while working on a budget, that Nip in the Hills is a good budget blue that can sneak over on mass to draw. But to reliably hit it, you can't run Oath of Loyalty. That's fair. Oath of Loyalty definitely does like has like a lot of like non-bow feelings into a lot of like the deck in a lot of ways. I think anyway. I think it does like feel bad sometimes. We're actually not going to flick it all here because I'm going to go Ronin Renegade, hot on their heels. See if they want to give me another card. They already gave me the blue Bonds of Attraction. Ooh, they are going to let me mark them. No, defense reaction. No, they are going to let me mark them. Interesting. Blood Runs Deep, like, just guarantees the fealty. So Vest is going to go on the chain. We're going to deny it both times. For anybody who does not know, since I'm new to a hero, and this is something that might help you guys, I like to leave the cards that I'm playing on all the time. Hopefully we don't get blown out by their arsenal thingy. That is something we have to be aware of here. But something that like I try to do when I'm like new to a deck or new to a hero is I like to leave cards like Blood Splattered Vest turned on all the time, because I think that it can really help in remembering your triggers. I don't understand why. Count your blessings? Okay. Still doesn't make any sense. They gave themselves an intellect penalty 1. So, pitch Demonstrate Devotion to Kunai. I like having the Demonstrate Devotion for later. And then we could use Empowerment to find us a card here. I mean, it might be Count Your Blessings new. Not sure yet. It could be, though. Would make a lot of sense if it was, Josh. I think a lot of these decks are going to go back to Count Your Blessings nonsense. This is not a ninja card. This is just a draconic attack. But I think a lot of these decks are going to go back to Count Your Blessings now that Aurora's gone. Play Empowerment to go over the top here. Hunt the Hunter is actually insane, right? So the cool thing about this is that we get to flick. We do get to use our chess piece here. Gain a resource. The Flick Knives keeps this alive. And then this is 5. On hit mask, and we create another fealty token. So, like, this is a really solid push here. Oh, do they have another defense reaction? I mean, they're going to be on quite a few of them. Yeah. I think... Oh, shit. We need to get these back before I make, like, a total bag none play. Jesus, that would have been terrible. My guy said CYB nonsense, the official term. I feel like that should be the official term, to be honest. I hate Count Your Blessings, stupid nonsense, dude. I think I'd rather Arsenal the Battle you got over the Snag here. I like Sound the Alarm into the Assassin matchup. It allows us to potentially find our loyalty beyond the grave sooner to insulate us from a turn of disruption. Ooh, Michael, that is really cool. I like that a lot. I like that a lot, Michael. Yo, Rattle3, Rad-I3? I'm not sure. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you're here for the first time, you're new to the channel, whatever your story is, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new, and they are, what's your name, what got you into Flesh and Blood, and what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves in the chat. I would love to get to know you guys. All right, so Dagger... we're going to throw the other dagger here, I think. I think this is fine. Like, we're on some blues and yellows here, but watching Mansand's ProQuest Plus stream while listening to your voice is actually some quite nice experience. Well, dude, one, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that while that's going on, you're still hanging out here and talking to me, you know? Like, it means a lot, really. I appreciate that. Also, like, Mansant does, like, really good coverage, so I completely get that. Mansant does awesome coverage, and as soon as the stream's over, I will be watching Ethan stream, actually. And the damage step, yep, that's fine. And then that's going to be Rabble for 4, hopefully. Yep, hit a Rising Resentment. Defense reaction incoming. Yep, that's fine. So they were going to give me the arms and the Sink Below last turn, and then I guess they could have thrown Command and Conquer. We're going to activate Cindra. If they want to banish one of our daggers, that's actually fine, right? And then we're going to Arsenal that all you got, and we're going to try to set up some value here. Block Rising Resentment here, and the that all you got. Use a fealty, Art of the Dragon Blood, demonstrate devotion, flick, get both of our daggers back is just fine, right? I actually really like this play. And if they want to give me the arms here to show, like, slow this turn down, I'm so okay with this. It's wild. Use a fealty token. It's going to be Art of the Dragon Blood for 4 go again. Do you think a more straightforward Syndra deck can compete with the active flicking? What do you mean, Topple? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking me here, and I just want to make sure I understand the question at hand here. I apologize for if I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be, but I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Demonstrate Devotion is great because it's just 4. And then 4 more. Now, this is on hit mask. So, like, if you don't have a D-React, yeah, getting both pieces of equipment here is massive. Activate Syndra. Please no response by banishing stuff. Dude, we're in there like swimwear. Now, we have no arsenal. We have no arsenal against whatever they're trying to do this turn, so that can be a little awkward. I'm totally okay with just using the D-React to slow this down here. This has actually been a really interesting game. You choosing Ethan over you, Aggro? I know, shocker. You'd probably be choosing Ethan if it was like a more like like if it was more like commentating stuff, right? I assume. Which I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like no shade. Ethan does great content, you know? Ethan does great content. You react, I assume? Really? This must be a Bond's hand. I can only assume. That or they have the thing that they're going to use to try and get my dagger with. More like a deck like Pitch a Blue, Dagger, Brand, CNC Flick versus like Heavy Go Wine, General Redline. My local area has a lot of general prevention due to an outbreak of Kanos as well. So Topple, in that case, I actually think you're okay to just like go onto like a CNC plan there. Like to go onto like a, you know, like 12 blues and play CNCs and like some good value cards like 2 for 6s and stuff like that to help your like have like really powerful chain enders. I think is a great plan. I don't hate that at all, Topple. So we are going to activate Cindra because now we're in a situation where I can get my daggers back without being blown out by what's going on. Now, like, I don't have an option here of, like, another card to throw, but I do really like just, like, using Flick Knives to get the value where we can. I mean, I think this is just neff it, no blocks to the moon, right? Like, I think it sucks, but we have to. Yeah. Like, they just drew Bonds just a nick. They actually just had it. Yeah, so we're finally on turn 6 gonna take some damage here. Any timeline where Syndra will run Rake over the coals. So actually it's kind of funny that you bring that up because hey Sean, what's up, dude? Sorry, I just realized I missed your message there. Hang on. Rose was actually saying that like they run Rake over the coals in their list, so it's really interesting. Rose, if you don't care, like maybe post it in the Discord if you haven't already. Maybe people can check it out there. It'll be a good place for like people to see like what you're working on, you know, and stuff like that. Could be really cool. So if you don't mind to. You Simon Ethan when he rarely streams. I mean, listen, Ethan doesn't stream a lot because he's too busy like running the big events for LSS. And I mean, to be fair, like when he is, it's still quality content, you know? Michael said he's thinking here, kind of taking a minute. Sean, it's funny if you're still here that you bring that up because I am actually considering Dio to be the deck that I play after Aurora's gone. I think I like Syndra just a little bit more. The Draconic Ninja just kind of resonates with me a little bit, but I don't hate the idea of playing Dio either. I like Dio a lot. We'll probably stream Dio a little bit. Taking all 3 Oath of Loyalties out of my deck. It's kind of funny. I don't know. That was the card that maybe I don't know. That was the card that like scared me the least. Like that was the card I did not want in my hand here the most. Like I don't know. It's interesting, right? Like I don't know. That's a tough call. I feel like Michael's kind of in a tough spot there, but I would have probably taken the Brand. Like if you take the Brand, my turn is very awkward. Go to 18. I don't know. I'm open to your all's thoughts there. Is Dio really good if there is a turtle meta? So Styles, I've been told that if you play a lot of Dio, that setting up double max V is like really not that difficult to do. Now, please take that with a grain of salt because that's coming from me, you know, like I don't really know if that's the case or not. Is there a world where we can make this happen with the Lava Burst this turn? I don't think so, right? Like, I kind of think we're just priced into Ronin Renegade here. Flick the dagger. use Vest to get our daggers back, Arsenal Lava Burst. Turning my back on 5 for Syndra. I mean, that's because like I really like the flick dagger effect of what we're trying. But I mean, Fi is not a bad aggro hero either. I don't hate Fi either. I like that hero a lot. The problem is like that unless I just like go back to Guardian like very quickly here, I'm honestly in a situation where I'm kind of like finding my own footing in the metagame again here. Because there's a lot of the like a lot of this stuff. Oh man. This is actually super weird, right? Actually, super weird hand. Is there a way for me to block reliably and make this hand happen? If I block Hunt the Hunter and Vest, like there's no way I can make this hand work, right? I think we're going to block 5, and I was like, we're going to hope that there's no Transcend into Mask here, and then we're just going to come in for 5. Like, the classic 2-card 5 here. You're good at stacking. Setting up Max V is quite good. Yeah, I've been told, like, Sean tells me it's, like, quite easy to do if you play a lot of the deck. I'm enjoying watching you play Cindra, though. I feel like you're seeing a lot of the same things I am in the hero. I mean, Dot, I'm going to be honest, man. I think you and I have very, very similar play like styles and patterns in this game. I think there are some things that like we kind of fundamentally disagree on, which, like, to be fair, like if we didn't, like what would we be doing? But I think there are some things that like we disagree on a little bit. But at the same time, like I feel like we play the game very similar in a very similar fashion. So it doesn't seem that crazy to me. Well, I think we can get around this, right? Yeah, they just lose. It doesn't say can't gain. So we get to go fealty into Snatch here. We've really been struggling to get this Lava Burst going. I need to get this Lava Burst in play. Yeah, 1-card block is pretty solid. I just need a hand where like we can kind of get tempo back a little bit. Like, I mean, I know that they'll always have disruption, but I need to just not be like crazy disruption. All right, so this is like an example of a really, really good hand. Hopefully us taking the misplay here doesn't hurt us. Hey, Jody. Yeah, we did both of the Codex giveaways already. I'm sorry that you missed them, buddy. Yeah, we did them like about an hour and 2 hours ago. Dash makes my head hurt. Dash also makes my head hurt, to be honest. Is there any world we're blocking this? I think our blue works too well here. Like, using the snag would be fine, but I think the blue just works too well. All right, so we're down to 18, and we have 28 cards left in our deck, but we have a really good turn here. So we get to go Fire Tenant Strike first. Dagger for 2. That feels bad. Three, go again. Okay. So the fact that you block there works out pretty well for me. So we're not going to use our chess piece here. We're going to spend 1 to activate Cindra to get both of our daggers back. So we can use the chess piece here. And we can take 1 more card out of their hand to threaten mask, basically. I don't think so. I think we're just going to let this go, and we're just going to Arsenal the Blood Runs Deep. Now, unfortunately, they have 4 cards, but we're going to hope that it's not that bad. The fact that my opponent's cracking silver is good. I mean, I think Dio's a pretty good deck, to be honest. So ready to not play Runeblade for a while, Billy. I think most of the world feels that way, fam. I think most of the world feels that way. So this hand is Rising Resentment, Blaze Headlong, Blood Runs Deep, Flick a Dagger, activate Syndra, get 1, attack with Snatch, flick another dagger. Am I supposed to block this here? Probably not, right? Probably not. Levels would be a good follow-up for them, but I don't know. Actually just Bonds of Attraction, which is really interesting. Also don't care about this. So I mean, there might be a world where we get fatigued here. I'm sad because Syndra's still expensive because every Aurora player wants to play her right now. That's hilarious. All right, that's a last Sigil of Solace. And we have a good turn. We actually have a really good turn here. I actually really, really like our turn. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about this. This is fine. Blaze Headlong. Blood Runs Deep. I am not going to activate our chess piece here. I'm probably just going to use it to block a dagger at a certain point. Gotta keep wishing we were able to do something about this. This is 4. The Discord does have a place for deck lists. Yeah, Syndra's going to go up a lot in price just because like she's going to be one of the, you know, like more premier aggro decks now, I think. I'm very thankful that I have all of my stuff already. Actually, I don't have to do this now. I can wait and let this hit, right? See what we draw into? It's actually a really good arsenal target. I do not have a way to give this one go again, unfortunately. Doesn't matter, they're going to block it. Wow, that is such a W. I don't think Michael's supposed to block this here, if I'm being honest. This kind of feels like a little bit of a newer player mistake. And again, Michael is newer to the game. I do know that, so don't mean like any disrespect or anything. Just mean like this is definitely something that you would see from a little bit of a newer player. I'm going to Arsenal Snag, and if it ends up being good, it's good. And if not, then oh well. I think it's a world we're living in. Battle Hardened Final definitely makes the stocks go up as well. I agree with that. Are we blocking with Mask? Like, it feels like this has to be a pump, right? Do we block 3 and then if they pump, we get to play the Snag? Okay. Sure. Codex? Codex into Leave No Witnesses? We're just going to play this so it doesn't get banished. Warrior did win one. I think blocking is good because he doesn't want to go to 1. Oh, okay, I guess that's fair, Martin. That makes sense. That's fair. Is Mask of Momentum $90? Man. I almost don't even want to play the Ignite here. Like, I don't even think we're going to play the Ignite this turn. It's the Warrior you hate? Why do you hate Kasai, dude? Kasai's awesome, Josh. Like, even I feel that way. Cut through being a 0 for 4. Value Town, population us, baby. White Mask is 85. Hunted Launch Mask was like 110. I did not know that they were that much, to be honest. I did not know they were that much. The beauty of where the game is at right now is that we have had tempo so much this game, is that we have just been in a position to continue to just use flick knives over and over and over again. And now, with there being 0 Sigil of Solace left in the deck, and oh, going to 2 is aggressive here. Don't ban our daggers, please. I mean, if they ever banish our daggers, we're in a bad spot, obviously, but do I throw this to force a card? They're going to draw another card, right? No, that was last turn. Yeah, I think I'm okay breaking the combat chain here and arsenaling the Ignite. Having the sink below feels pretty good. Oh, God. Please don't let that be a pump. Am I just going to take 8 here? No, right? Yeah, I actually think we are. God, I hate that. But I think we're supposed to. Wish I'd bought Mask back in November. Mask of Momentum was $35 at one point. Yo, that's actually wild. I did not know that. That's crazy. I had no idea Mask of Momentum was ever that low. I think Mask of Momentum was like $100 when I started playing Flesh and Blood. And I think I bought mine off of a local for like 80. I think. I won't swear by that. I don't know. I have so many like, and I know that like I'm about to like sound like a real first world problem kind of guy right now. But I've had so many of like the legendaries from like a lot of the classes that I play. I don't sell them. They just sit in a binder. Like I just keep them in case I ever want to play them. Now, if you guys ever talk to Carly, Carly would definitely tell you that she wants me to play them. I'm hopeful that we can get the last 2 cards here. Like we should be able to, yeah. Because they're just dead if they let this hit. And then when we throw our Burning Blade Dance, we're going to win. Because this gives us the opportunity to hit. I'm technically going to play this the most correct way. We don't have to, but I'm going to because I think that's good practice to be in. So when this hits, we're able to like flick the other dagger, get them both back, arsenal the sink below, and then our next hand was going to be Crack Fealty, Art of the Dragon Blood, Ignite, Dagger, Hunt the Hunter, Ravenous Rabble, Flick Knives. We had Empowerment, Devotion, Cut Through, Lava Burst. Kind of a clunker there, to be honest. That Wrath of Retribution with that blue, though. Chef's kiss. Michael, whenever you're back, buddy, I really enjoyed our game, man. I really appreciate it. I feel like I was able to get early tempo and kind of just stay ahead. I don't know. Just kind of feel like I was able to get early tempo and stay ahead. So we did play against New. I think we went second. I think I was able to go second. I can't remember. Maybe somebody can remind me later. Was able to get early tempo and stay ahead. Ran all the D-reacts and they lined up well for the most part. 71 card fat deck seems like the plan. which kind of makes sense, to be honest. Like, I think it makes sense that that's like our game plan in that matchup there. Who doesn't want to flick a dagger to end a fight? I mean, to be fair, like, it is pretty cool, right? It's definitely style points. I definitely hear what Martin's saying. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate you guys being there. Again, congratulations to Bryn and to Moose for winning the Codex, the giveaways there. Guys, if you guys won the giveaway, reach out to me on Discord. I'll make sure I get you all the instructions. May not be tonight, it may be tomorrow, but I'll make sure I get you all the instructions for what we can do to make sure you get your journal and everything like that. But thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys for being here. I really enjoyed Cindra. I think she's a deck that I'm going to enjoy testing and kind of working on over the next few weeks and maybe take the Nationals. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night, and I will see you guys on Monday. Take it easy, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb.